And welcome to Valley Stadium as we bring you state quarterfinal action in Class 4A. Trent Condon joined tonight by Dar Danielson high atop Valley Stadium as we get ready for the state quarterfinals. It's Waukee and Valley. Winner punches their ticket to the UNI Dome in the state semifinals. Dar, certainly a matchup that we have seen throughout the years, including earlier this season. In that one, Valley ran past Waukee with a big victory in that one. Here tonight, it's a playoff, certainly ratcheted up, and Waukee looking to bounce back and get a big win.
Yeah, and that was one where Valley took control in the third quarter. It was fairly close until that third quarter when Valley took control, and it's one of many rematches across the state tonight of teams who saw each other in the regular season and are trying to come back and either keep the same thing and go 2-0 or flip the script here and move on, because next round you get to play in the warm UNI Dome and no cold weather.
Well, and you've seen a lot of this Waukee team as the season has progressed, and from what they did during district play, certainly a lot of growth. You know, that was the big question mark for this team coming into the year. Yeah, they were returning their quarterback and Mitch Randall back for his third season, but especially up front along that offensive line. Certainly a lot of growth from where we saw this team back in September to where they are today.
Yeah, they've gotten better. They did lose Alex Lindquist, so their second leading rusher behind quarterback Mitch Randall, and he is done for the rest of the season. But Xavier Moore filled in pretty well last week in that matchup. So, you know, depth always comes into play here this late in the season. So we'll see, too. And we know Valley's got a deep squad, and we'll see how that all plays out.
Braden Ketcher making his first career starts this season as a senior at the varsity level. Didn't start as a youngster, but here he is, and he's put together a great season. 10-0 for the Tigers this year. 15 touchdowns for him against 7 interceptions. But as always with the Gary Swenson team, when they're coached by Coach Swenson, it starts with the running game.
Yep, it does. And, you know, if they were doing America's game on things and Valley went on to win the state title, Catcher would be one of those great stories in there and the way he's come on. But, yeah, the running game, putting it on the ground behind those big linemen is going to be the key here. And will they wear Waukee down tonight? And Waukee defensively up front has been pretty stout so far this season, so we'll see how they do if they can handle Valley up front.
Speaking of great stories coming up after the conclusion of our game tonight on CISN, it'll be game changers with a spotlight on Mitch Randall, the senior quarterback for Waukee. Stick on in after our conclusion of our post-game show, and we will bring that to you here on CISN. We're going to take a timeout. Coming back on the other side, we'll be talking to Russ Niguet, who is a certainly fine broadcaster himself throughout the years. I've had a chance to call many games with Rush, also a big supporter of high school sports. Doesn't matter what sport it is, he believes in high school sports. We'll talk with him, his son, a senior at Roosevelt. That great story for the Rough Riders getting back to the state tournament here a week ago in their loss to Dowling Catholic. We'll talk about that and much more here on the pregame show. West Des Moines Valley and Waukee coming your way. We're about 17 minutes away from kickoff. We're back with more on CISN.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Fall is upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert. They're the perfect thing to make that old wood fireplace more beautiful, warmer, and easier to use. And right now, Heat & Glow is giving a $200 rebate, making it even easier for you to upgrade that old fireplace. Please come see them today. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Back with you as we get ready to go back to Waukee Valley here. It's the state quarterfinals on CISN and 1460 KXNO. Joined right now by Russ Niguet. He knows the high school sports scene very well. He's been a big part of it for years. And right now, his son, a senior over at Roosevelt High School, outstanding baseball player, put together a good season and having a very good fall on top of it as Russ joins us here this evening. Russ, good to talk to you again. How are things?
It's going great, Trent. Great to talk with you.
Well, we got football going on, but a few other things I want to get your thoughts on. I mentioned there at the top, your son, Alec, put together a great season last year during his junior campaign. Now a senior, his last go-around. He'll have summer baseball coming up certainly this year. But being a part of that Roosevelt community as the Rough Riders make it in to the state playoffs, they're knocked off last week by Dowling Catholic. But just the importance, and there's been so much conversation about the city schools and just how difficult it can be, especially on the football field, to compete with the suburban schools, but what it meant to the Roosevelt community to get to the playoffs.
It was just a tremendous season. I mean, Coach Mitch Moore, he came in and, you know, he's an energetic guy, and he absolutely took, especially that senior class, and really just gave them the attitude that they could beat anyone, which, you know, for the last some years at Roosevelt has been very difficult for them to do. And so, I mean, just the ability to get into the playoffs and have the confidence that you could compete with teams was everything. And I think that you'll see that Roosevelt, under his leadership, will go places in the future as well.
You know, he's a very impressive guy. I had an opportunity to meet him for the first time this summer and talking football with him, but also about, you know, his blueprint, how he's looking to build that Roosevelt program. You know, they've had a couple of good coaches here recently. Both have moved on there, but you have that feeling if there's somebody that's going to be able to turn around a city school, it has to be a special somebody, and Coach Moore seems special.
Actually, on the just tell, he was the type of guy that you want to run through a brick wall for. And, you know, he came in, really just blew me away. I mean, he's a winner. He went to Wisconsin Whitewater as a student and then coached there as well. And I know, you know, his college coach, I think, you know, maybe out of 100 games, lost maybe 4 games out of those first 100 games. So it was something pretty amazing. And, you know, to be a part of that program and several national championships, he brings that winning attitude. And at a city school where, you know, you have a difficult time competing against the suburb schools. Now, this year, they didn't beat any of the suburb schools, but they certainly competed with them. And even in the Dowling game that we lost in the playoffs, especially the defense played well in the first half. And, you know, I think it's just a different mindset. The team played much harder. And a lot of that, like you mentioned with the previous coaches, I mean, Eric Link was a big reason that a lot of that started. And he's, of course, now at Appalachian State. But, you know, those kids are very fortunate to have a coach like him.
Russ Niguet joining us here as we get ready for quarterfinal football. Russ, as you look at the field that is remaining, 8 teams left in Class 4A. I know you had a chance to see a lot of these teams throughout the season. You know a lot of these kids from your son and being, in different sports with a lot of these guys throughout there. Dowling Catholic, they've won the 6 straight titles, maybe more susceptible to a loss at this point than they have been some past seasons, but I'm in the mindset right now, until I see Dowling get beat here in the month of November, I'm not going to believe it until I see it.
I think the same way you do, Trent, especially after watching them play last weekend. They are a tough team, and they're going to be a very tough out. Their quarterback play last weekend was super. I know that obviously Gavin Williams he's a stud at running back. He's very big, very shifty, very tough to bring down, and their line play is extremely impressive on both fronts. But my college coach was Jim Williams, who's the longtime now offensive line coach at Dowling, and I think that until Jim Williams leaves, that offensive line will be dominant, and I'm like you. I think they're going to be a really tough team to beat.
Rush, I want to get a couple other things out here before we finish up. You're a big supporter, certainly, of high school sports and what we do on KXNO, and along with our streaming services. A big thank you to you. But we just finished up the season. It was the last one before we got to football season with baseball. Mention your son, Alec. He's committed to the University of Iowa. Outstanding pitcher, swinging the bat well, but baseball doesn't just end when we finish up with the state tournament there in early August. This has become a year-round sport, and your son, a big kid, along with a lot of kids from the state of Iowa that have been out there doing some big things here throughout the fall.
Yeah, the fall's been pretty amazing for the Iowa kids in particular. Most of them have been playing through the Sticks organization out of Clive, and They've just had a tremendous fall, been traveling to various tournaments in Indianapolis and in Florida. There was another large tournament in Cedar Rapids with all the teams from the Midwest, about 68 teams from the Midwest that played in that tournament. And, boy, I tell you, the Iowa kids showed well. Even down in Florida, we played 2 of the very best teams in the country. One team had 2 kids that will likely be first or second round draft picks, and we lost to that team 2-0 on another game where we played another outstanding team. We actually won the game 2-1, and I think people were pretty surprised at how the Iowa kids could play.
Great stuff there, no doubt, and great stuff also happening with your day job when you're not out there watching high school sports, and you are a lawyer that helps people with businesses. So tell us a little bit about the business law and what people, from anything from starting an LLC, that's something that I've done in the past, and what else you can do to help people out there with their business practices as it pertains to what you do.
Well, really, I act as outside general counsel for a lot of different businesses, helping them, advising them on all kinds of situations, whether it be employment situations, contracts, various other things that might come up in the business where, really they need a lawyer to assist them. And, one of the things I really pride myself on is becoming really a partner with my clients as opposed to just someone who's drafting documents for them. I'm always happy to talk with people on the phone and, give them advice on certain situations. And I know often people are afraid to pick up the phone and talk to their lawyer because they're afraid they're going to get billed. So, I've tried to be very fair in billing practices and make sure that business people really feel comfortable in giving me a call, having fee structures that are fair and reasonable, but also, known to the client up front, just not a situation where they get that surprise bill in the mail.
He's Russ Niguet of Brick Gentry Law PC. Big thank you to your support of high school football, high school sports throughout the year. A great round coming up here with the quarterfinals. Waukee and Valley from Valley Stadium. Dowling Catholic against Ankeny should be a great one there. And Urbandale's still alive. They pulled the upset against Centennial. They're over in Cedar Rapids tonight taking on Kennedy. As always, a lot of great football being played here in Class 4A.
Well, that Urbandale game was quite a surprise over Ankeny Centennial, but Urbandale's won the last 2 state baseball championships, and I think that's pouring over into the football field here, and as it comes to the playoffs in the fall. And then, Valley, they have a ton of playmakers themselves. They're going to be really tough. And then, looking at, I'm sure Cedar Falls and some of the other teams are going to have something to say as well. So it should be a very interesting playoffs.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for your time today, Rush.
Thanks so much, Trent. And I just want to say, and I've said this before, but I want to say it again, you just do a tremendous job with high school sports in central Iowa and around the state, and I really commend you for it. And I really encourage anybody who's interested in sponsoring your games on the radio and also your shows. They should do it 100%.
Thank you, Rush. Appreciate that and appreciate everything you do. We'll get ready for the championship, and you're going to be on board with me. We'll see you at the UNI Dome for the 4A title till. What do you say?
Sounds like a lot of fun.
That's Russ Niguet from Brick Gentry Law PC joining us here in the quarterfinals. High school playoffs continue on CISN. We're back in a moment.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. It's kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
It's Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $15,000 off new 19 Silverado HDs. Up to $11,000 off new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew LTZs. We're in a position to give you more for your trade in Waukee. Up to $7,000 off new 19 Equinox. Truck Month in Waukee, including up to $15,000 off new Silverado HDs. Huge inventory, but these won't last. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Trent Condon, Dar Danielson back with you at Valley Stadium as we get ready for kickoff. The Valley Tigers at home here in the quarterfinals, wearing their home black tops with the white pants, white helmets, and Waukee in their traveling white uniforms, white tops, white bottoms, and the purple helmets. We're ready for kickoff here. Dar, should be a great one tonight. Waukee and Valley, and this is certainly a different kind of rivalry here, a little bit different than what we normally talk about here at Valley Stadium with Dowling and Valley. These two teams, the new kid on the block, Waukee, trying to knock off the Valley Tigers.
Yeah, it's been building a little bit as a rivalry. Waukee in football has to step up and convincingly make it that more often, but in other sports than that, I think with Waukee and Valley, we're seeing it, the rivalry kind of growing as Waukee has grown in size and matching up more with Valley in a lot of the sports here in football. It's been a back and forth, and I think at the series, probably Valley has won more than lost in this so far, but it is one where they're trying to step it up, and Waukee, I think beating Valley kind of shows that they're ready to join the big boys and, get to the UNI Dome and play for a title.
That's what's on the line here tonight. Winner moves on next week to the semifinals at the Dome. 2 games on Friday in Class 4A, 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock kickoffs for those two. They'll reseed the teams, the remaining 4 in each of the classes next week when we get to the semifinals. Valley will kick it off. They're moving right to left across your dial. Waukee and the Traveling Whites will be returning back deep. They got speed back there, including number 5, Aaron Smith, one of the faster players you'll see in the state.
And Joe Morrison he's got a little speed back there too, returning the kicks.
As we kick it off here, high end over end kick. That one will be grabbed at the 1 yard line for Waukee by Joe Morrison. Morrison out to the 14-yard line, cut down there from the Valley Special Teams. Good high kickoff there to get things started out of the Valley Special Teams. Nice kick for the Tigers.
And a little wind at his back. It's 36 degrees with a 25 wind chill. There is a breeze blowing out of the south to the north here, and Waukee will be going into that wind to start their first possession.
Kickoff specialist there, Lennox Krell, with the beauty and pinning Waukee deep. They'll start 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line as Mitch Randall leads the offense out. Say it at the H-back goes in motion. They'll hand it off up the middle. Not much running room. Falls forward for a gain of 2. Short gain there. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
And here's where Lindquist was their pounder up the middle, and he is out now, and a little more speed back there with Aaron Smith. But they can do just about anything out of this formation.
2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Running back in motion, coming across the formation, and that is Moore. Here's a handoff right side, looking for room. Falling forward out to the 22-yard line, a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and short, but motion all over the place, and Aaron Smith got the carry.
Yep, that's what they try to do with that motion, get the defense looking one way and move it around, and then you still got to worry about Mitch Randall back there, too, off that motion, what he's going to do with it. But here, a 3rd and manageable for Waukee.
Sam Odell, he's lined up to the left side. On the right, wide receiver Hayden Huntley. And then the moving around of different players there in formations are going to come out with a trips formation to the right. Sada comes in motion from that slot. Play action pass, Randall looking to throw, steps up in the pocket, takes a shot deep down the field, going up, Odell's got it, a big play, Sam Odell went high for the football, 1st down at the Valley 35.
And credit him for coming back to that. He threw it up high in the wind, and he and Odell have hooked up quite a bit here this season. In fact, they went back the other way. Odell threw him a touchdown pass in a game earlier on a flea flicker, but a beautiful play to open it up here, and Odell just got beyond a defender, came back for that one.
Gain of 43 on the play, 1st and 10, Waukee at the Tigers' 35-yard line. Here's Randall keeping himself on the zone read, pushes himself forward for a gain of 3. First time we've seen Randall on the keeper there, and he mentioned it. Dar, he is so good running the football. Of course, we know he can do through the air with that arm, but a physical runner.
Yes, he is, and he's one that he can run it up the middle and then bust it outside, and when he gets it outside, that's where you got to worry about it because he has speed when he hits the corner, and he can take it really deep.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 from the 32. Randall going to keep it left side, gets the corner, 1st down and more to the 20-yard line, tripped up there, falls forward to the 17, a gain of 15, and Mitch Randall now doing it with his legs.
And Lesher tripped him up, otherwise he was going to be into the end zone. Good tackle there just to pull him down as he got around that corner, was just picking up a head of steam.
And this opening sequence here started all the way back at the 14-yard line for Waukee. They now have a 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line of Valley. A good opening drive out of Waukee, trying to hit the initial big blow. Zone read again, they'll hand it off right side. Cut down, though, great tackle in the open field by Clayton Adamson for West Des Moines Valley. A loss, in fact, on the play of a yard. Nice open field tackle.
Yep, and he just came right up, didn't let him turn, and played it straight up and made a good tackle and dropped him, as you said, for yard loss. That's the first lost yardage play they've had in this drive.
2nd and 11 after the loss on the run from Xavier Moore, the senior, 5'10", 175, playing in place of the injured Alex Lindquist. From the gun, Sadik comes in motion across the line. Another zone read look. They'll hand it to Moore again. He falls forward for a gain of about 4. Brought it out to the 15-yard line. Bring up at least a 3rd and manageable here for Waukee.
Yeah, Moore stepped up and being called on. He played, a little bit reserve duty for Lindquist, but really stepped up here in the last game, and it shows a little bit of their depth that they're able to go and have another good quality back there.
We'll call it 3rd down and 7 from the 15-yard line. Waukee with the football. Great opening drive 8:15 to play in the first quarter. Shot up into the end zone, going for that back shoulder throw, but incomplete. Receiver Odell couldn't get his head turned around quick enough. It'll be incomplete.
Yeah, and he went to the end zone and turned, and Randall threw it down to the 1, just a little short. And I think because of the coverage, he threw it that way. If Odell could have turned a little quicker and come back, they're looking at 1st and goal at the 1 probably.
So it'll be a field goal opportunity for Waukee as the field goal unit comes out onto the field. This is going to be a 32-yard field goal attempt for Cade Jaden. 5-9 on field goal attempts this season along a 44. Kick on its way. It's got plenty of leg. It is up, and it is good. Waukee strikes first. A 32-yard field goal from Cade Jaden makes it 3-0, 8:09 to play first quarter as we come back on CISN.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Trent Condon alongside Dar Danielson back with you at Valley Stadium. 3-0 Waukee with the lead after the Jaden 32-yard field goal, jumping on top, and certainly felt like an important one as Jaden tees one up here from the 40-yard line. It'll be a squib kick. That one rolls out to about the 25-yard line, picked up by one of the upbacks for Valley, breaking tackles, trying to bounce to the outside, out to the 35-yard line. Finally brought down. Matthew Mahoney brings it back. One of the wide receivers playing that upback position, and good field position for the Tigers.
And Waukee's been doing that in the last 4 or 5 games. They've been kicking it short, squibbing it, or just lobbing it in there short, and they've had some success in that the back has either turned it over or fumbled it. That time, a good recovery there by Mahoney as he bobbled it at first but picked it up and got good yardage, and they start out in good field position at the 35.
8:01 to play first quarter. 3-0 Waukee lining up under center. The senior quarterback, Brayton Ketcher, he's got a I formation back behind him, 2 receivers left. First handoff to the left side and a physical run out for a gain of 3. Just handing it off. Creighton Mitchell trying to find a little bit of running room. And Valley, well, you're going to hear 2 running backs tonight. Creighton Mitchell, who has over 1,100 yards this season, but his backup, Jaden Williams, more physical kind of runner. He has 810 yards himself. 2 good running backs.
Yeah, a good 1-2 punch there. And that one started out, looked like he had a little more yardage, and then it closed off, and they get 3 out of that. But
it'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 38 for the Tigers. They flip the formation now, 2 receivers right, still working out of the I. A little bit of a bobble there on the quarterback exchange and hit in the backfield and brought down.
Caleb Paulus coming right through there and corralled him right away. Catcher.
Like a couple of the offensive linemen didn't even go on the snap there.
Oh. Yeah, so there was a little bit, it seemed like they were slow off the ball, and catcher started going to his right, and Paulus just fired right in there and wrapped him up.
A loss of 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for Valley with the football in the first quarter for the first time. 6:50 clock running. 2 receivers, 1 flanked out on each side. 4 catcher, offset I with Mitchell in the backfield. Catcher going to flip it out. He's got Wilcoxon out in the flat, but brought down at the 41-yard line. That'll be short of the first down. Flipped it out to Wilcoxon, one of the more talented fullbacks, 8-backs you're going to find. Very athletic kid, but good open field tackling by Waukee. Getting the 4th down stop.
Yep, Cole Spikesma came up and made a good tackle there. And a little early in the game to think about it. You're on your side of the 50, so they're going to bring in the punter.
Just past the 42-yard line. It is 4th down and a long 2 as the punting unit comes out for the Tigers.
Morrison has brought a couple back for touchdowns on the punt team this year.
Snap is back. Kick on its way from Ryan New. Line drive to Morrison at the 21-yard line. Makes the first tackler miss. Hit at the 27-yard line, and he'll be stuffed right there by the Tigers' special teams. But a stop and a decent return sets it up for the second time for Waukee. And that initial, after what we saw in the second half of this game earlier in the season, Waukee has to be pleased with this start.
Yeah, and I was to say, it was a victory for Valley to hold them and shut that drive off, pull them to a field goal. But now the defense of Waukee's got a 3-and-out, and so they get it right back to their offense. So let's see if the Waukee offense can build something on this.
2 receivers left, 1 right for Mitch Randall as he works from the shotgun. Puts a man in motion across the formation. Coming over to the right side. They'll go with the zone read. Handed off more. Big hole. Left side. He's got a first down and more. 45-50. Bounced out of bounds there. A big gainer on the outside, and containment was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, no containment on that right side. Moore took it. He looked inside, immediately took it out and around the corner, and he was, up to about the 47 before he got bounced out, and they're going to put him right, at the 50-yard line. But, yeah, he went a long way before any Valley Tiger came close to hitting him.
Gain of 24 on the carry for Xavier Moore. 1st and 10 from midfield. Coming in motion, Aaron Smith. They'll set up a little screen to the right side to Smith in space. 45-yard line brought down there after a gain of 5. Just a swing pass out there, trying to let one of your athletes make some play in space.
Seeing a lot of diversity in that offense right away. They were going up the middle. They went outside. Then they fake it, come back on that swing pass. So they're really trying to keep the Valley defense back on their heels.
5:15 left in the first quarter. 3-0 Waukee with the lead over Valley. Trent Kahn and Dart Danielson here with you tonight in the 4A quarterfinals. Long look over at the sideline as they wait for the play call. Down to 10 seconds now on the play clock. Still don't have the play in, as Randall's still looking over at the sideline, and Waukee is going to use a timeout. 4:57 to play in the first. 3-0 Waukee over Valley. We come back with more high school football on CISN.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Trent Connon and Dar Danielson back with you at Valley Stadium. Glad to have you aboard with us tonight. If you decided not to brave the elements, 35 degrees is the game time temperature, but real feel down at about 25 degrees. Yeah. We're inside, though, Dar, so we're all right.
I'm not going to say the warm press box, though, but we're in the press box out of the wind. But it's a little cool up here, and that we'll see if that timeout cooled off Waukee. They were moving there, and then they had to call the timeout, couldn't get the play in, and that kind of benefits Valley, I think. Lets them get regrouped just a bit here on defense.
2nd down and 5. Waukee has it on the plus side at the Valley 45-yard line. They'll go with the zone read again. More hit in the backfield, though, and brought down. There's that Valley defense coming to play, making a play back in the backfield. First one there, C.J. Jackson.
Yep. Right in there, shot right through, and he read that immediately. Now they got him in 3rd and long here, where it was 2nd and 5.
3rd down and 9 after a loss of 4 from Moore. And 4:30 to play in the first quarter. We'll see if they're going to look to air it out with Mitch Randall. He's been good early on. He's got 3 receivers out to the left side, 1 singled up on the right. Play action, a shot across the middle. That's good for a first down.
Odell right up the seam.
Sam Odell, he was lined up in the slot there, got the linebacker to commit and found the open area for the first down.
And they had Sadat split out wide left there too, and they kind of keep an eye on him because he's so big, but Odell is the sure-handed receiver, and he caught that one and now keeps the drive alive here.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of Valley for Waukee. Clock inside of 4 minutes to play, 3:50 clock running in the first quarter. Twin receivers on each side of the formation for the Warriors. They'll go with the play action again. Another slant, incomplete. A little bit high there for Odell. Bounced off his hands, and a dangerous one on the deflection. No Tiger, though, in sight.
Yeah, he hung that out a little too high, and it was C.J. Stillman was right there, and that's one where you want to bring it down a little more toward his face mask there, because you're out there in the flat and you got to stretch yourself out. You're asking for trouble.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion from the 38 for Waukee. 2 receivers right, 1 left as Randall works from the shotgun. Puts Sadit in motion to the right side. They'll set up a counter play for more, but hit in the backfield again. Defense playing well up front for the Tigers, and a tackle for a loss.
Yep, and again, that was
like that was Alex Staub on the tackle?
Yep, Staub on the tackle.
So a loss of, that'd be 4 on the play, bringing up a 3rd down and 13 for Waukee. They're backed up now to the 41-yard line. Need to get to the 28 for a 1st down. Twin receivers on each side as Randall looks to throw. Now rolls out to the right. He's going to try to run for it. Cut down, though, after a short gain. Again, that defense coming up. That's number 60, who's not listed here on our roster.
No.
He made that play a little bit, the play before. Playing well out there, big 60. We got to get a name now.
Let me see on my other chart if I have. No, the one the coach sent me, I don't see a 60 on there either. I don't know who that would be.
Well, he's playing well out there.
Doing well. And it looked like for a minute it was opening up a seam there for Randall to run up, but they closed on that quickly. And that's one thing you got to do. You got to contain him.
He picked up 4. It'll be 4th and 10 from the 38. The punt team going to come out for Waukee, and they will put a boot to it, end-over-end punt at the 10-yard line. Dangerous on the return, able to come up and cover it up, though, at the 10-yard line, make it the 11. And that's where the Tigers will get the football. Dangerous run up there for Trayton Thornton. That one he caught down on the shoestrings.
Yeah, he slid down on that one, and you lose the ball down there, and you get Waukee set up in 1st and, 10 inside the 20.
But Valley keeps control of the football after getting the forced punt there. 2:11 left in the first quarter. 3-0 Waukee remains our score. A 32-yard field goal from Jaden, the only scoring to this point in the game. Valley comes back out with that I formation, looking to line it up and be physical with Creighton Mitchell in the backfield. They go to Wilcoxon on a fullback dive. He fights forward for a few. We'll give him a gain of 3.
And they're going to stay with that no matter what happens. They're going to keep pounding away at it. That's what they do. And, thinking you're going to break one eventually.
Well, Wilcoxon, it seems like he has one of those plays every other week where just all of a sudden out of nowhere he pops out there and he's got a big play.
Pounded it short yardage, then boom, he's gone.
Offset eye for the Tigers. Defense jumped right before the snap. Here's a carry for Creighton Mitchell, the right side. Slips through a tackle but pushed out of bounds after a loss on the play. Don't see a penalty marker there as Waukee defense must not gone across the line of scrimmage. Though high school, it is different. Once you cross that line, the flag automatically
it comes out. It's not like NFL where you got a free play and you can go ahead and throw it, so he must not have.
Ryan New going to come back in, wide receiver.
But good pursuit by Waukee there, and we'll see if Valley tries to call something here to take advantage of that because they're really pursuing hard to the ball.
Cut backwards, that gain of 3 on 1st down, a loss of 3, makes it 3rd down and 10. Back at the 11-yard line from the gun catcher, quick drop in, a drop pass incomplete. Tried to flip it out quickly to the outside to Jack Johnson, in and out of his hands. 4th down in the punt team for the Tigers.
So even with the punt here, Waukee should get it in pretty good field position, possibly on their side of the 50, depending on how good a punt he gets off here. The wind seems like it's died down just a little bit since we started the ball game.
Ryan New, the punter for the Tigers, averaging 38.1 yards per punt. He does have a long of 59 of the year as we go with 1:28 to play in the first quarter. New from his own end zone gets away a good punt, backs Morrison back to the 46-yard line of Waukee. He gets out to the 40, 35-yard line. A good return, though, nearly 20 yards on the return there for Joe Morrison.
And that'll be their best starting field position here.
Got that field, almost feels like it's tilted in the favor of the Warriors.
Yeah, it is, and they got down there even though they didn't get the first down. They held, and that sets them up now with 1st and 10 at Valley's 35.
2 receivers right, 1 left for Waukee. Mitch Randall from the shotgun as he shouts instruction to his team. Made a play call, now changing it at the line of scrimmage with 1:17 left in the first quarter. Takes the shotgun snap, looking to throw, taking a look up at the left side. It's got a man out there. Did he come down with
I believe.
it?
Yep.
He did.
Yep, he got it.
Inside the 10-yard line again. Sam Odell making big plays in the passing game. This one a gain of 27.
There's 2 seniors that really, Randall to Odell, they put in all the work. They want to get a playoff victory, move on here, and really connecting early here tonight.
1st and goal from the 7-yard line for Waukee. Zone read up the middle and cut down right away. Xavier Moore, he got hit hard on that one. And Mitch Randall carrying out the fake, he got hit.
And Moore was leaning forward when he went into the hole, but he was bent back when he got to the hole as they bent him right back. And, man, that was a big hit in that middle of that defense.
Score update from over at Williams Stadium. Tied up at 7 with Dowling Catholic and Ankeny in that matchup. You can catch that also here on CISN. Just search on YouTube, CISN. You can find the link to that game as well with Mark Amadeo on the call. Swing pass out to Smith. Spins through a tackle. Brought down just short of the 2-yard line. Looked like he was going to be stopped right at the 5, but spun through and gained a couple more.
And then it looked like he almost had the momentum to get in the end zone, but he got hit late there and knocked out. But just really aggressive, good play by Waukee here. And again, mixing it up offensively. That just kind of a short handoff in a way almost, just that short pass.
3rd and goal for Waukee. Valley bringing a little extra beef in as Josh Yenser comes in to play nose tackle. Big 300-pounder. Full house formation here. 3 backs in the backfield behind Randall. He loses the football on the exchange. Ball is still loose, and Valley's come up with it. Oh, man, that is a stinger. First time tonight, Mitch Randall lines up under center, and it's a fumbled snap. Valley forces the turnover.
And a lot of quarterbacks, they don't line up under center and take the snap, but he does that a lot. They do this formation quite a bit on the goal line, but just something there that didn't come out right, and Valley was through on the pressure quickly. They saw that ball and got on it, and the first turnover of the night goes to the Tigers.
Ball initially was back at about the 6-7-yard line right in that area, then bounced back even further. Valley fell on it at the 12. They'll get the football there. 1st down and 10, and certainly mark that one down. A missed opportunity for Waukee. Still hold a 3-0 lead, 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Valley going to go to the run game right away. Creighton Mitchell hit hard. Good physical tackle out there for Waukee as Cole Spikestra, the leading tackler for the Warriors. You got a lick there.
Well, credit that Valley defense. They've been on their heels here this first quarter, but, man, they've held them to a field goal on all their drives so far, and now coming out, that should be the last play of the first quarter.
And it is. We played one here at Valley Stadium. Waukee 3, Valley nothing. We come back. The second quarter is next as we continue on CISN.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Fall is upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert. They're the perfect thing to make that old wood fireplace more beautiful, warmer, and easier to use. And right now, Heat and Glow is giving a $200 rebate, making it even easier for you to upgrade that old fireplace. Please come see them today. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Trent Condon and Dart Danielson were with you at Valley Stadium. It's a Class 4A quarterfinals through one. Waukee a 3-0 lead over the homestanding Valley Tigers. Valley has the football after the turnover. 2nd down and 8 from their own 14-yard line. Valley to this point, though, hasn't been able to find much traction offensively. Catcher going to step back to pass, flips it out to the left side, spinning through a tackle, Creighton Mitchell, but not a whole lot there. Maybe picked up a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7. Credit to this Waukee defense.
Yeah, maybe trying to find him a little more space, swinging it out there, but as you said, Waukee, man, they flowed to the ball really well there. And a big 3rd down here for Waukee, Valley. Their defense has gotten the ball back. Now, in the offense, they haven't done much to, get any drives going against this Waukee defense.
It'll be 3rd and 7 from their 15. Catcher back in the pocket. Pressure comes up the middle and brought down inside the 5-yard line. Straight up the gut. Pressure comes.
Cale Thorson, I believe, wasn't it? Yeah, on the
came
blitz
through there and just untouched. Catcher had pressure in his face right away. Nothing he could do. It'll be 4th down, and Ryan New and the punt team comes back out again for the Tigers. And for the second time tonight, New's going to be kicking it from his own end zone.
And again, Waukee, barring a punt that gets away and rolls a long way here, they're going to set up in good field position.
Back deep, it's Morrison. He's joined back there by Lofsgaard. It was kind of lined up about 20 yards back. Here's an end-over-end punt. Hits at the 35, takes a bounce to Morrison, who grabs it at the 42, spins through a tackle, gets out to the 32-yard line before he's stood up by the Valley special teams. But a gain of 10 on the return. And as you said, Dar, great field position again for Waukee.
And Cole Spikesman got back there and just about got a hand on it to block that punt into the end zone, and would maybe been a safety or possible touchdown. But again, that's set up where they started at the 35 last time. Here they're starting at the 32, so the field position getting progressively better. The only bad thing for them, Waukee, is they haven't gotten any more points out of it as the Valley defense is held.
10:33 left, second quarter, 3-0 Waukee from the gun. Mitch Randall's going to keep it left side. Tries to get the corner, he does. 30, 25-yard line, out of bounds, past the 25 to the 24. Nice gain of 8 on first down.
And this is what he can do so well is you start getting him looking for those handoffs, they follow that, and then he'll keep it and kind of break it open on his own here. And the second quarter, they do a lot of trying to, feel out what's going on in the first, and then Randall sometimes will open it up in the second quarter.
Second and short, a lot of times this is time you'll see a shot into the end zone. We'll see if Waukee does. Randall's going to roll out to the right. He is going to take a look. That one out near the 14-yard line. Did he come up with it? No, incomplete.
Yep. I thought, did that get tipped a little bit? It looked like it might have.
Yeah, it came out of his hand certainly a little bit funny. It looked like maybe a deflection from a defensive lineman as Huntley had to come way back for that football. Incompletion, we'll call it third down and a long 2 here from just in between the 24 and 25-yard line. They need to get to the 22 for a first down. 2 receivers right, 1 left as they go with the handoff up the middle. Stood up there. Defense for Valley holds again as they make the play in the middle. Shelton there with a host of others. Sampson also in on the tackle for the Tigers.
Yeah, Jake Granquist all in there. They just, stopped him cold, and now here's a big decision for Waukee. You want to try to get something on the board when you can here, and it'd be a big loss for them. How many times can you get down there, and come away with nothing?
42-yard field goal attempted what it would be, but they're going to keep the offense on the field. 4th down and 3 from the 25-yard line as the offensive formation shifts. 3-man move in motion to the right side. They'll pitch it out to Smith. He's hit in the backfield and brought down a loss on the play. Tried to find Aaron Smith, get him out in space. And the Valley defense, though, too fast.
C.J. Jackson got there first and broke that up, slowed him down, and had a hold of his jersey, and then everybody just smothered under him. So credit we can call them the black shirts because they are the Valley defense. They've come up big here.
They're the real black shirts, not those guys out to the west.
Yeah. They've come up big here so far early going in this game as they shut down Waukee once again and keep them off the board.
But you mentioned those last 2 possessions to not give up a single point when a team starts at the 35 and 32 of your territory. Great work out of the Tigers defense and keeping them here in the ball game. 3-0 Waukee, 9:29 to play in the second quarter. Now a single back formation here with Creighton Mitchell back behind catcher. He'll take the handoff and hit in the backfield. That time, in fact, it was Jaden Williams on the carry. They go to Williams, the more physical of the back. Didn't matter as the Waukee defense shot through for a loss.
And let's see, that was Chase Evanson who got right in there. And those big guys up front for Waukee, seems like they're holding off the linemen and letting the linebackers and defensive backs come up and support on the run.
Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12 from the 25. Catcher trying to set up his screen. Pressure comes, though. He's hit and sacked again.
And the flag down, too.
Flag came in right as he was being tackled. It's either going to be a hold or maybe a face mask. We'll have to check on the call.
You might almost decline that.
Yeah, certainly if it is a hold, that's going to be the case.
Because they've lost 10. Well, they'd go from the spot of the foul, though, wouldn't they? But
it'd be 3rd down and real long.
3rd and 10 or 3rd and 20, either way. Yeah, they're going to decline it.
It was a hold against the offense.
Yeah. So now you got them in 3rd and long here.
3rd down from their own 15-yard line. Another sack for the Waukee defense. And look at the Waukee defensive backs. They got 6 players all lined up at the first down marker, some 20 yards away. They say, whatever you want to do underneath, you can have it.
Is that what you call a prevent defense?
It is.
Usually you don't see that until you're
right
at the end of the game. But, yeah, now they sneak up a little.
Yeah, Morrison's going to sneak forward. Another safety comes in. They'll hand it off, but no running room. Hit again.
Spikesma right there.
Cole Spikesma. This kid is an absolute player. 6'3", 200 pounds. He makes plays every single week out there defensively.
Well, I think it's safe to say this is a defensive ball game.
No
early
doubt.
going right now. Both Waukee and the Valley defenses have come to play.
As the clock goes inside of 8 minutes left here before halftime, it's 4th down and 20 for the Tigers. Ryan New out once again in the punt unit for the Tigers as Morrison stands at the 50-yard line. Snap back. Pressure comes, a end-over-end rugby-style kick, takes a Valley bounce into Waukee territory, and it'll roll dead at the 45-yard line. Waukee will get it from there, but again, good field position. Can't complain about that starting at your own 45.
No, and, they've probably got more than 100 yards of offense, but only 3 points to show for it so far is the problem for Waukee, and the credit to the Valley defense. They just they've let them. Well, they had them on a short field a couple times and just have shut them off.
1st and 10 from the 45 for Waukee as they work out of the gun. Morrison sets up a wide receiver screen, out complete to Huntley. Huntley gets out for a gain of 3 on the play. Not a whole lot of running room, but made a little something there and a positive momentum on 1st down.
Yeah, and Valley again, too, pursuing well to the ball defensively.
Waukee runs the no-huddle offense. They look over at the sideline, get the initial play call, take a look at the defense, and normally they'll look through another call. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Mitch Randall from the shotgun. Zone read, he'll hand it off to Moore. Up the middle, big hole, 1st down, out to the 42-yard line, into Tiger territory. Nice gain there for Xavier Moore.
Yep, and he had one man to beat, and he was to the end zone, but got tackled by Adamson, I believe.
He's got a burst going through that hole, too. Certainly a different kind of runner than who he replaced and what we saw out of Lindquist.
Yeah, a little more physical for Lindquist, pounded at him. And
1st and 10 from the 42. Randall off play action. Steps tall in the pocket, throws it incomplete. In and out of the hands, looking for Eddie Sadet Jr. across the middle, but he was hit right as the ball got there.
And C.J. Jackson was there trying to get the rebound off of him, but it fell to the turf.
Eddie Sadet Jr. listed 6'2", 207. Every time I call a Waukee game, though, he looks so much bigger.
He does. He looks huge out there. Hey, he looks more like he's 6'8", doesn't he? 300 or something like that.
He's a monster. Of course, his dad, former University of Iowa football player. Saw he took an official or a visit over to Iowa City here a couple of weeks back. As Smith goes in motion, they'll hand it to Moore. He's keeping those feet pitter-pattering forward and didn't look like he had much. Instead, he gets 8.
No, yeah, he was just kind of slowly moving up the middle there. And
sliding through guys.
Yeah, before you know it, you look up and he's close to the first down marker, so a 3rd and 2 here for Waukee.
They have it at the Tiger 34-yard line, need to get to the 32. 2 receivers left, 1 right. As Mitch Randall takes a look back over at the sideline, looking for a change in play call from the Waukee coaching staff. Scott Carlson, longtime coach for the Warriors, trying to get his team back to the Dome. They'll hand it up the middle to Moore, going to be right at that first down marker. Depend on the spot, looks like the official up top as the ball came out late. And we'll see. It seemed like they had blown that dead.
Yeah, but now the officials are talking about it. Now they say, give me the ball back. So they're gonna mark his forward progress. And they're looking at it, and I think it'll be a first down where they're marking it.
Yeah, the top official certainly had it. The bottom official one is the one that's making the mark. They're going to use a official's timeout here.
And measure.
Bring it out, but it looks like with that, oh boy, that spot certainly not as good as what the top official had for the Waukee perspective.
Yeah, on the far side, he was beyond that marker. They need to get to, the 28?
32.
Or excuse, 32. You're looking the wrong way there. Yeah.
They'll stretch it out and got the first down. First and 10, Waukee.
Just by the last white stripe on the football, they had that much there.
Halfway through the second quarter, 5:47 left, still 3-0 Waukee with the lead. But the Warriors on the move again. First and 10 from the Tiger 32-yard line.
They're going to go with all their receivers, no backs this time. Yes. And that set, empty back set.
Spread everything out. 3 receivers out to the right. Saded also lined up over there. As the tight end, they'll put a man in motion on the jet sweep. Randall's going to keep it himself up the middle, past the 25 to the 22-yard line. That'll be just shy, looks like, of the first down. But a nice, strong gain up the middle for the quarterback, Mitch Randall.
And the motion sets it up so well because you got to keep an eye on Moore when he's coming across that formation. And Randall, one thing that we don't talk about a lot is his ball skills. He's in the belly and brings it out, and he doesn't let that defense know till the last second if he's going to take it or if he's going to hand it off.
2nd and 1 from the 22, kind of same spot we talked about earlier, maybe an opportunity to take a shot up the field. They'll go with that same spread look and again put a man in motion out of it. Randall is going to take a look up the field. Intercepted, picked off by Valley. An interception. There is a flag on the play. Big return, still on his feet. Out to the 40.
Jackson.
45, 50. Into Waukee territory. Finally bounced out of bounds.
C.J. Jackson.
Outside linebacker. He read that play beautifully. There is a marker out right near the line of scrimmage, right in the middle of the field. We will check on that. But C.J. Jackson maybe made a big play for the Tigers. We'll see. Initial.
You're going to be against Waukee. It looks like he's pointing that way.
Yeah, his initial, he was pointing back at the white hat, and he pointed, I think, the wrong way.
Yeah.
And the Waukee side started going crazy, including the student section. There is the hold. It is against Waukee, so the interception will stand by C.J. Jackson. And not only that, but a great return. That was the best yardage we've seen out of the night out of the Tigers.
Yeah, he intercepted at about the 12 and returned it to the 45 there. So, let's see, 57, that's a 43-yard return of the interception.
I don't think the Tigers have 43 yards of total offense.
No,
today.
they do not.
First down and 10 from the 45 into Waukee territory for the first time tonight is Valley as they force their second turnover of the night. A fumble inside the 10-yard line, and here an interception in the red zone. First and 10 from the 45 as catcher brings the offense out onto the field. Now working out of the pistol. They'll put a man in motion on the sweep to the outside, cut down after no gain. A little bit of different look there as they tried to get it to the outside, and that time brought Creighton Mitchell from the slot and put him in motion.
Yeah, trying to move a little bit like what Waukee was doing, move the backs around a little bit and make the defense look a little harder for them.
Now they go back to more traditional look with Creighton Mitchell lined up back behind catcher who works under center. Play action pass, catcher with it. He's going to take a shot up the field. He's got a man out there complete to Mahoney. First down to the 30-yard line. Matthew Mahoney, the junior, gets the grab.
And talking about ball handling, great fake there by catcher as he faked the handoff, rolled around, and then looked upfield and found he had a man short, a man in between, and a man deep, and he hit the man in between and got the first down. That was Mahoney.
They mark him at the 29-yard line. 3:46 left in the second quarter. as we play here in the 4A quarterfinals. Waukee 3, Valley nothing. Fresh set of downs in the best field position for the Tigers tonight. Catcher looking to throw again. He'll flip it out to the left. Incomplete, in and out of the hands of Ryan New. Just a little bit steep there. That one hit the hands of New. I'm sure as a wide receiver, he said he should have came up with that one.
Yeah, I could have put a little more air underneath it. Threw a little flatter probably than he wanted to, throwing it outside. So, well, there's a big series for the Waukee defense.
And number 60 defensively for Valley, that's Nick Butoff, Ward Butoff, checking in and keeping us up to date. Thank you to Ward for that one. Always love the assists from everybody out there listening in to us.
Yeah, let us know what's going on.
Second down and 10 as catcher looking to throw. Pressure comes. He rolls out to the right. Still looking. Flips it out complete to Ryan New. New spins out of a tackle out to the 22-yard line. Something out of nothing there for the Tigers. And that was just a little flip pass.
A la Aaron Rodgers, just kind of push it ahead, flip it up ahead there. And New gets him in good third down position here, 3rd and 3.
They have it at the 22-yard line. He's out of bounds. A look over at the Dowling-Ankeny game, 20-7, Dowling with the lead in that one over Ankeny High as they play in the second quarter there. 3:19 to play. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Tigers. 2 receivers left, 1 right, and a flag comes out.
The clock went down, didn't it? Delay a game?
It did.
Yep.
There's the delay call, and that's something you can't afford. 3rd and short.
No.
Had real good chance. Even if you didn't get it there, it felt like 4-down territory.
Well, yeah, probably, yeah, certainly, 4-down territory here because the way it's been going, if you get in the end zone, you're so far against these 2 defenses, it's going to be big.
Sam Ridgway, the field goal kicker, 4 of 8 this year. Also Lennox Krell, who we saw kick off the game. He is 2 for 2. A long of 41 for Ridgway, 31 for Krell. Looking to throw, catcher gets out of pressure for a moment, rolls to his left, flips it again, and complete again to Creighton Mitchell. Now they come in, say incomplete.
Yep.
The same thing there for catcher. He's not throwing these traditionally. He is just hitting the shovel pass.
Yeah, just a shovel pass out there to him, but smart. He got it away, and a pass is a pass as long as it gets there. And almost, if he caught that and came down, that was very close to the first down yardage he needed.
It'll be 4th and 8, and it looks like they are going to bring out the field goal team. Catcher is the holder.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see which of the kickers is going to get the opportunity here. That is going to be Lennox Krell, a junior, 2 of 2 this season. Late substitution getting out onto the field, Jaden Williams.
Kicking for the right hand.
And a bad snap comes back, bounces on the ground. Catcher comes up with it, but nothing doing.
Spikes hits him, and wow.
Boy, some special teams gaffes, turnovers all over the place. Defense has been the key tonight, and the turnover, Waukee gets the football back with a 3-0 lead.
Well, Valley's done it several times on their own half, stopped the offense, and now Waukee does it and gives the ball back to their offense here defensively.
And that snap got about halfway back to the holder.
Yeah, and then it was just dribbling around there.
Yeah, it almost looked like maybe it hit the backside of the snapper there on the way back.
Something, but Waukee didn't have a charge, so they didn't have anybody back there to pick it up, but
they'll hand it off right up the middle, fighting forward for a gain of 6 on first down for Waukee as the clock ticks inside of 3 minutes left here before halftime. That time it was Aaron Smith on the carry up the middle to the 37.
He really picked his way well through the line there in a good first down run.
Call it a gain of 6 for Waukee as they look at the sidelines here. Waukee with 2 timeouts left in the first half. Valley has all 3 of their timeouts.
And Waukee can afford to take a little bit of time here and just run that clock down, but
you feel if Valley probably gets a stop here and forces a 3rd down, maybe they'll use one of those 3 timeouts. 2nd down and 4. They'll hand it more right side. He's stacked up at the line of scrimmage, pushed forward, though, and nearly got the first down.
That's the rule change where you can push that offensive player ahead, and
they do give him the first down. Well, he hit it right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe thought he'd get a yard out of it. No, he got all 4 of them for the first down. 1st and 10, Waukee to the 41-yard line. They have it, their own 41. Clock rolls 2:02 in the second quarter. From the gun, Mitch Randall. Pressure comes, he rolls to the right, looking to throw now, looking to run, but he is hit for a loss. And a little loose with the football there as 2 defenders came. Lucky that one stayed in his mitt.
Yeah, he was. Sometimes you're better to give it up and go down instead of just keep fighting and fighting, especially on a cold night like this when that ball is extra cold and harder to handle.
Well, and certainly in the way this game is playing out, it feels like one big mistake very well could be the difference in the game.
You're almost feeling like a defensive score.
Yep,
one that does it too, the way it's playing out so far here.
80 seconds left in the first half as Waukee shifts their formation over. 3 receivers come back to the left side. They'll pitch it to Aaron Smith, trying to get to the edge. Butoff had him tackled for a moment, but he spins out of it. Now out to the right side, breaks through another tackle, loses the football, but out of bounds. It'll be the longest gain of 7. He probably ran 60 yards on the play and picks up 7.
And Jake Granquist tried to bear hug him, and he broke out of that, but he stopped his momentum just enough at the sideline, and it was almost to his benefit that he fumbled it out of bounds there because that stops the clock. Now with 1:04 to play here in the first half.
So they have it at their own 46-yard line, 1:04 left.
Yeah, they've taken a lot of time to go a short distance here so far.
Using it all. A nip and tuck game. 3-0 our score. Waukee with the lead. They have the football at their own 46. Randall hands it off the middle. Xavier Moore, nothing as he has stood up right at the line of scrimmage. Good tackle there at the front from Jake Coleman.
And now timeout called.
Valley's going to use the timeout. So with 58 seconds left, they'll take a timeout. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds. Waukee a 3-0 lead over Valley late in the first half here on CISN.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Trent Condon, Dar Danielson back with you, Valley Stadium. 58.3 seconds left in the first half. A Waukee a 3-0 lead. They'll have the football 4th down and 5 from their own 46. The punt team will come out. And Valley just trying to get something here. And maybe special teams will be the key. The offense hasn't had much success.
No, neither offense. Even, Waukee's had it inside the 50 and down in real good field position, and Valley shut them off. And then back the other way, Waukee shut off Valley's offense when they got it down deep in their own territory.
Loescher back deep to receive for Valley along with Trajan Thornton as the kick on its way. A good end-over-end kick. That's going to drive Thornton back. He bobbled it for a moment, comes up with the football and hit right away back at the 17. Couldn't come up with that one clean. No chance at a return.
Well, he was looking upfield thinking, I've got a little room to make something happen here. And then with that, when that happened, then he dropped the ball and then had to pick it up. And he was lucky that he was able to get it picked back up there. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. Yeah. I wouldn't think they'd drop back and try any throw or anything. They've had too much pressure from Waukee. Maybe a couple of handoffs, see if they can bust something free.
Yeah, outside with Mitchell. Of that, maybe you set up a screen, something like that, and you can run the football afterwards. But yeah, I don't expect you're going to see anything deep up the field. As you mentioned, Waukee's defense has been so good. Pressure from all over the place against catcher. He'll work, and he is going to take a throw out to the left side. That one is complete, breaking through a tackle and out to the 28-yard line. That'll be right near the first down. Looks like Johnson. About a yard shy for Johnson.
Yep, so quick throw out, and he turned it upfield, and maybe can get something. Not a bad pick up there.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1 to the 27-yard line for Valley. Ryan New, he's out on the field, a 3-receiver look. Joined by Matthew Mahoney, he's lined up wide left. And Jack Johnson to the right. Catcher again in the pocket. Up the field's got a man out there, incomplete, overshoots Matthew Mahoney, who was breaking free.
Yeah, but he had Kel Thorson all over him back there. As he was throwing that, there was no room to follow through because the defender was right in his face, and he had to get rid of it. And making an accurate throw was not easy because he had someone right on him as soon as he was releasing that ball.
Now 3rd and 1 for the Tigers, 39 seconds left in the half.
Now here's what you don't want to do is turn it over for a defensive score here or interception they can turn back.
Catcher's going to look to throw again. That one short completion and got it out past the 30-yard line to the 31. That's good enough for the first down. See if the Tigers going to move quickly here or they're going to be content to let the half run out. They'll mark them at the 32, 1st and 10 from there as they wind the clock inside of 30 seconds left. Catcher again from the gun, rolls out to his right. He's got a man out there. It is complete. Ryan New with the first down past the 45-yard line. And another first down for the Tigers. Just 19 seconds left, though, but their best drive of the night.
The credit catcher, he was under pressure once again back there and standing in there and finding the open man to get it upfield.
Braden Ketcher, the senior, 6'2", 185, as New went out of bounds at the Tiger 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Well, at this point, with 19 seconds left, got to take probably a shot up the field as Ketcher looks to throw. Pressure comes. He spins through the first, but another Waukee defender. A bunch of them come through. Sadit was there. He was joined by a bunch of Waukee Warriors. Also, so Cale Thorson in there. Yep. Good play out of Waukee as a timeout going to be used again for the Tigers with 11.9 seconds left in the half. So they're marked back now to the 41-yard line is Valley. It'll be 2nd and 14.
2nd and long, and you'd say he'll take a shot down the field, but he's going to have to scramble if he does. Yeah. He has not been getting a lot of time back there. He's had to throw it quickly as that front line of Waukee is putting on a lot of pressure.
You almost wonder here, you talk about making a shot up the field, but Creighton Mitchell's so good when he gets out in space.
Yeah, hit him in the flat or screen or something like that where he can
make a guy miss
and
then
some
use
guys
that great
miss,
speed.
And get some room, and maybe you hope you break one.
Valley certainly has got a group of very talented receivers too, but a lot of different options here for Coach Gary Swenson, longtime coach for the Valley Tigers. 2nd and 14 from their 41 with 11 seconds left in the half. They'll spin it out to Mitchell right side, but the Waukee defense not fooled as he's brought down after a gain of 4. Right back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10 with 5 seconds left from the 45.
But that was the thought. You get him in the flat, and he turns around and breaks a tackle. But these defensive backs are so good, and here we see him in that prevent formation again where they put 6 guys back 20 yards off the ball, 25 yards off the ball.
They're moving back 45 now.
Yeah, there's
5 seconds left. Valley going to use a timeout here, talk up what they're going to draw
I think they saw that defense and thought, what the heck, But, kind of what you expect, I guess, out of a playoff game here.
Chilly night out there, not a whole lot of offense. It's been the defense that has ruled. Some mistakes deep in plus territory for both offenses. Waukee has turned it over twice, once inside the 10, the other inside the 20-yard line. Valley had a good sustained drive after the interception, but then a field goal attempt didn't even get back to the holder.
Yeah, the snap dribbled back halfway, and that killed that right from the start. So
here we are, 3-0 Waukee with the lead. All it was, a 32-yard field goal on the opening possession of the game from Cade Jaden. That is the difference in this one. 3-0 Waukee continues to lead as the offense trots out onto the field. One final time in the first half for the Tigers. 5 seconds left. Catcher, 3 receivers out to his left, 1 right. Wilcoxon in with him in the backfield. Catcher is going to take a shot up the field.
Oh, he's going to on the defense.
And it is caught. Touchdown! Hail Mary at the end of the half, and the Tigers make the play in the end zone. Oh, my, what a play down there. That was Matthew Mahoney. 4-6. Unbelievable. I didn't think that there was going to be enough arm for Braden Ketcher to get it there on a cold night. He threw that one 65 yards.
And the trouble was you had all those defensive backs back there, and they kept looking at her, who's going to take him, and he just went straight down the field, and a great throw into the end zone.
A 55-yard field goal. The extra point is blocked, so it remains 6-3 Valley with the lead. We're at halftime. Wow, what an end to the half. A 55-yard Hail Mary pass from Braden Ketcher to Matthew Mahoney, and Valley takes a 6-3 lead into the halftime locker room. We'll take a break. Coming back on the other side, an update from our other game on CISN, Dowling a 20-14 lead over Ankeny. That one late in the second quarter here. Valley a 6-3 lead over Waukee. Timeout. The halftime show coming your way next. You're listening to high school football on CISN.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
We're back here at halftime at Valley Stadium. Dart Danielson with you. It's 6-3 Valley over Waukee as Valley scores on a Hail Mary here at the end of the half to take the lead over Waukee. Joining us is Waukee Activities Director Jim Dewey. And wow, this game has been a back and forth defensive affair here early on, and then the big play at the end. So it's bad news is they give up a score, but the good news is it's still 6-3 here.
Yeah. We had a lot of opportunities early and didn't take advantage of them. So, Valley's too good a team that you're not going to keep them off the scoreboard, and obviously we didn't do that at the end. They get the ball coming out, I believe, so that'll be a challenge that we're going to have to meet to start things off, to start the second half, and hopefully we can regroup a little bit and be ready to go in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Got a lot happening here. Cross country wrapping up this last weekend, and then swimming's going on. And how's everything going with that?
I think pretty well. Our girls cross country team was 4th last week. Our boys were 11th, I believe, and I've been getting some text messages from our swim staff because they're over there during the prelims tonight over in Marshalltown, and things have gone well for us preliminary-wise. So we'll see how things go tomorrow in the finals, and we were able to advance to the state volleyball tournament, and we will play on Tuesday. Right. So a lot of things happening. It's an exciting time, and hopefully we'll continue to do things that are successful.
Yep, in the big transition now is sports wrapping up, and then the other ones will get starting, basketball, wrestling, and everything. And so it's that time of year when there's a lot of transition, and you're pulling all over the place, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I was talking to our girls basketball coach this morning, and trying to adjust his practice times with volleyball still going on, and they start on Mondays, and they're excited about getting started. But obviously, right at this point, volleyball is still our top priority, and he understands that and is certainly aware of that. And our boys swimmers get started on Monday as well. And then we got a week. We wait a week until we get things going with boys basketball.
So how do you work that? Do kids get out of when do you guys play?
We play at noon.
Noon?
Yeah.
Kids get out of school to go see that, or
they can be excused with a parent note. We're looking at possibly a pep bus type of an idea. We played at noon last year over there and didn't have a real good response as far as our student body coming over. So we're hoping that having that opportunity with a pep bus, that'll help things. But it's a busy time of year for our students as well. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot going on. So let's see. Anything else? I mean, the construction of the new high school, is that going on this winter? Are they working inside then?
Yeah, it isn't quite buttoned up, or I don't know if that's the right.
I know what you mean. Close up where they work in.
Yeah, so they work inside. I actually was out there the other day, and they're really coming along. When you come into the project site, you're driving, you look to your left, and you're looking at just a absolute huge crater in the ground, and that with some footings down inside of it, and that's the makings of our new stadium. So that's exciting that's going on there. Our baseball, softball fields are already up. They even have lights and dugouts and everything. Wow. But they got a ways to go with the building, and but we have time too. The building doesn't open for almost 2 years.
Yeah, so you got a little time to go, but it's got to be fun though to kind of watch that come together, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's amazing the scope of the project, how big it is, and how big the building is. People ask me for a reference point, and I kind of say, well, you kind of look at Johnston. Mm-hmm. Johnston, the new Johnston High School, a lot of similarities to that. A lot of similarities to the Johnston Stadium. Linn-Mar, if you've been over on the east side of the state, is a very similar plan to what ours will look like. It will have a track, unlike Valley Stadium here. But it won't be as big as Valley Stadium also.
Okay, so you'll have a track around the inside. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. But it's nice to have facilities like this. So I mean, you're a Valley and Johnston. There's a lot of good ones around, and really
kids are spoiled today, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, aren't they? I tell you, some of the fields I played on in the small high schools, and sandburrs and rocks and things, but
I don't think they had irrigation on some of those fields back in the day.
They did not. But anyway, well, it's been a good season overall, and we'll see what happens here. This game, I think, could go either way at this point. But as always, we appreciate you joining us. And for those Waukee fans that can't make it out, CISN is providing the coverage again through the Girls Union. So let your fans know if they want to watch that. They can't make it over there for that noon game. We'll be providing
that's true.
Play-by-play for you again.
And I think that you guys have the state swim tomorrow as well.
Yeah, Pete's up there. He was doing the stuff today, and then Pete Tarpey's up there, and Paul Yeager, I think, is doing some of the play-by-play.
That's what Pete had told me. I guarantee you Pete is warmer than we are right now.
Well, I was going to say, that's the good thing about that is they're warm up there. It might be a little, you smell like chlorine when you come out, but you're warm, and like it is here. But anyway, Jim Dewey, we appreciate you joining us here again. And halftime 6-3 Valley. We'll take a break and come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $15,000 off new 19 Silverado HDs. Up to $11,000 off new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew LTZs. We're in a position to give you more for your trade in Waukee. Up to $7,000 off new 19 Equinox. Truck Month in Waukee, including up to $15,000 off new Silverado HDs. Huge inventory, but these won't last. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Fall is upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert. They're the perfect thing to make that old wood fireplace more beautiful, warmer, and easier to use. And right now, Heat and Glow is giving a $200 rebate, making it even easier for you to upgrade that old fireplace. Please come see them today. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Back with you at the half, Trent Condon and Dar Danielson here at Valley Stadium. A flurry of activity. Well, one final play at the end of the half.
Yeah.
Valley gets the Hail Mary, a 54-yarder officially, as it was Matthew Mahoney on the receiving end of a Braden Ketcher Hail Mary pass. He threw it a good 65 yards in the air, fired it from about his own 40-yard line. It was about halfway into the end zone, where it was Mahoney that came up with it there. And, Dar, you saw that play unfolding. You said it right as the ball was in the air.
Yeah.
He's got a guy back there.
Yeah, and he broke through. They had all those defensive backs, but he just took off streaking right down the hash mark there and just kept going, and it didn't seem like anybody really picked him up. I don't think they thought that Ketcher could get it that deep, but to his credit, man, he unloaded. And then, true to form is how this game has gone. The extra point gets blocked. So, we have one big play and then one bad one, and that's the way it's been the whole night. But the big play, the catch in the end zone, and, that's puts Valley up 6-3 here. And the way it's gone, we could easily see maybe another field goal and tie it up 6-6 here. Yeah. But we said it's going to be one big play probably that turns the tide here for them, and that was it. And, just a fumble and interception by Waukee, and then Valley wasn't able to turn those into points. And then Waukee had it inside of Valley territory about, 3 or 4 possessions there, and unable to to get anywhere. They turned it over on downs one time down there, and they threw the interception in the red zone, and so
had the fumble inside the 10.
Yeah, fumble inside the 10. Yeah, they got it down here inside the 10, and then looked like they're going to maybe go in at the end of the first quarter and take a 10-0 lead maybe, and then they fumbled the snap, and Valley gets on it. So just a lot of things, and I don't know if you blame that too much on the weather or just
two good
defenses,
yeah.
And then there might be a little bit of urgency too in the offenses where they're trying just a little bit too much here, because knowing that every play is kind of big right now at this point.
You can look at this a couple of different perspectives. Certainly Waukee, I'm sure, feels like they should be leading this game at the half. But I think if you would have asked most anybody on this Waukee team, hey, would you take the second half being down by 3? I think most everybody would have signed up for that going into the game. And for the Valley perspective, they're extremely happy to be leading here at the half. They didn't play well overall outside of what they did defensively. To have the lead at the half, they have to be happy about their spot. Buckle in, folks. Going to be a good one. One more break here as we come back. And kickoff for the second half right around the corner as the Valley Tigers come back out onto the field. Still a couple of minutes away. Your halftime score again, Valley 6, Waukee 3, coming back on CISN.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. It's kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
It's Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $15,000 off new 19 Silverado HDs. Up to $11,000 off new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew LTZs. We're in a position to give you more for your trade in Waukee. Up to $7,000 off new 19 Equinox. Truck Month in Waukee, including up to $15,000 off new Silverado HDs. Huge inventory, but these won't last. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Temperatures dropping here in West Des Moines. We get ready for the second half. Valley 6, Waukee 3. At kickoff, it was a robust 35 degrees with winds out of the south, and well, it just keeps dropping as we continue on here, Dar. Real feel down now to 27 degrees out there. It's a chilly one, and the offenses have been quite chilly tonight as well.
Yeah, they have. They've had mistakes that have killed drives and just then some good defensive plays that have shut off things. The winner of this will play the winner of Urbandale, Cedar Rapids, Kennedy. That is 13-10 Kennedy at the half over in Cedar Rapids. So Urbandale kind of the Cinderella story there, upsetting Centennial last week and now hanging tough at halftime with Kennedy in Cedar Rapids. So the winner of this one will play them.
Well, not necessarily. So they
that's right. Yeah,
it.
That's right. I forgot.
Once we get to the
I was looking at the brackets. I forget about that. They redo the brackets, don't they? So it doesn't mean necessarily, that your brackets, but so. What is they go the higher seed then would take
the top remaining seed will take on the lowest remaining seed.
So if
we won't know until the end of the night.
No, but Everendale did pull the upset. I think they're the lowest remaining seed there, aren't they? Yeah, so it'd be
if Urbandale and Valley win, we do know those two teams will play each other.
Will play, yeah. So, it'd be good luck, Urbandale. You won. You're in the semis, but you got to play number one. So, but that's the way it goes, when you got to, as they say, you got to beat you got to beat everybody to get to the top. So, but so the second half here, you got to think again. Waukee wants to come out, get a defensive stop. Valley will get the ball, and then cut down on the mistakes, the turnovers, and the problems here that Waukee has had offensively, where their drives have been shut down when they get deep into Valley territory.
Keep an eye on that out-of-town scoreboard. Also tonight here on CISN, we have the audio stream of the Dowling Catholic Ankeny game. That one at the half, 28-14. The Maroons with the lead there. Also in Class 4A, Bettendorf with the lead over Cedar Falls. You remember a year ago the Tigers had Dowling Catholic on the ropes in that championship game. Bettendorf, though, had one of my friends, one of my groomsmen for my wedding, he was on the field as one of the officials last week for Bettendorf Linmar. Said Bettendorf was playing their best football, and they're up at the Dome right now in a 14-6 lead in that one. Good one on the road. West Lyon 23-7 over Dike New Hartford. That from Class 1A. Looking around, trying to find some more scores of interest from around. You mentioned Kennedy and Urbandale 13-10 in that one. Dallas Center Grimes, they trail 6-0 against Lewis Central. That in the second quarter. As Waukee kicks off to begin the second half, a squib kick picked up at the 13-yard line. As Williams sees the ball pop out, it's loose. Waukee and Valley defenders jumping on it. And they point the Valley way.
Yep, looks like Valley just got back on it, but that was a major hit there.
Jaden Williams, he's slow getting up.
And it looked like he had a seam to pop through there, but then he got popped and the ball popped out. And, wow, that would have been a big start to the second half for Waukee, but Valley hangs on to it, and they'll start over at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 for the Tigers, a 6-3 lead for Valley as we begin the second half, 11:51 to play. Offense back out on the field for the first time since that Hail Mary to end the first half that was answered with Matthew Mahoney in the back of the end zone. They'll work from the pistol formation. They'll hand it off. Creighton Mitchell spins through a tackle but hit right again at the line. Swarming Waukee defense at a loss on the play.
Yeah, Connor Arndt was in there. Arndt and Ben Halber all in there. And just looked like a snowdrift coming in? No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to think about that. Although tomorrow's supposed to be warmer, so.
We could use a little warmth.
Yeah.
No doubt. Loss of 4 on the run for Creighton Mitchell. 2nd and 14 Tigers from their 24-yard line. Offset I formation back behind catcher Wilcoxon. Moves from the left side back to the right. They'll hand it off to Creighton Mitchell. Sidesteps a tackle. Brought down, though, at the 25-yard line. And again, the swarming Warriors defense, they are all over the place. And there has not been any running room tonight for any Valley running back.
No, and Simon Lofsgaard stepped up into that hole and slowed him down enough, and then Aaron Smith finished him off. But when you watch that line surge, it looks like Waukee is surging through the gaps real fast when that Valley comes off the ball, and that's just slowing everything down there and making it hard for those Valley backs to find any room.
Gain of 2 on the run for Creighton Mitchell makes it 3rd and 12 from their own 26-yard line. Across the middle, incomplete. Trying to find the receiver wouldn't have mattered as he was well short of the sticks. Ryan New tried to come up with it. It'll be 4th down, and New now goes from wide receiver back to punt it away.
And here again, looks like Waukee, even with a decent punt, should get pretty decent field position.
Joe Morrison stands at his own 44-yard line awaiting the Ryan New punt.
And you got Lofsgaard, the short man, up about the 50.
Spread formation, kind of a rugby-style punter is New. This time a straight ahead, end-over-end punt, takes a Valley bounce. That'll bounce all the way inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. New maybe only got that about 20 yards up the field, but it took a great bounce and rolls dead at the 36. Waukee with the football there.
Morrison was just itching to pick it up. But
a couple of different times.
He's like, man, I can pick this up and run, but then he thought the better, but no, because if I fumble that, they got a good field position. But still starting at the 36 here is Waukee.
One big play, what each of these teams is looking for. 3 receivers right for Mitch Randall in the Waukee offense. They'll hand it up the middle. Xavier Moore's got a hole out there fights forward for a gain of 3 on first down. Hole was open for a moment, but the linebacking crew for Valley closed it up very quickly. 2nd down and 7.
I haven't seen many tight games recently, but I haven't seen – it's been a while since I've seen two defenses just hitting this hard and getting the ball this quickly on both sides of it for the defenses.
Well, it's been a while since Valley's been involved in a 4-quarter game.
Yeah.
As they put a man in motion, that's Aaron Smith, zone read. Randall keeps it himself, but he is hit. Maybe a little miscommunication there on the zone read. Smith was coming through. Moore also kind of bumped into Randall in the backfield.
Yeah, and then Randall had nowhere to go with it after he pulled it out of there, and so that brings up 3rd and long here.
Loss of a yard on the play from the 38-yard line of Waukee. They need to get to their 46-yard line for a first down. 9.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 8 for the Warriors. They trail Valley 6-3. Only scoring for Waukee came on their opening possession as they marched down, knocked in a 32-yard field goal. 3rd down and 8 from the gun. Mitch Randall looks out to his right side. He's got a man out there complete. Short of the sticks, though. Not going to be enough for the first down. He got 6 when he needed 8.
Huntley hit him out there, and we talked about it in the pregame is keeping Mitch Randall in check, and I think he had maybe one run for 10, 12 yards, but that's about the most he's gotten. He hasn't been able to break out of there and get anything going, and that time he gets the pass, and it's just a couple yards short here. But the way they are, a good punt here, and Waukee can flip the field a little bit again and keep Valley back on their side.
Punting unit out for Waukee as they look to punt it away. Valley has back to receive Thornton back there with Loescher. Here's the punt, a high punt to the 20-yard line. Loescher has it there. He's upended, though, after just a gain of 3 on the return.
Chase Evanson down to hit him quickly.
Not a whole lot there. That return for the Tigers, they'll start at the 23-yard line. 8:20 left here in the 3rd quarter. So back and forth we go and waiting for a big play. You said it early in the game.
Yeah.
Might come up with the defense making that big score.
Yeah.
Feel that coming as the defense comes out for Waukee. They're out there up front. They have been solid.
Well, I guess the good thing for them is they don't sit on the sidelines and get cold very long.
Right.
They've been back out, but we'll see if it takes its toll later if they're tired, these defenses.
Offset eye for the Tigers. Catcher looking to pass. He's got a man hit as he threw, incomplete. That was short of the intended receiver. More pressure up the middle for Waukee.
And that's what makes that last play just so much. He was able to roll out and got just enough time to throw it deep there. And part of that was they were in the prevent too.
Yeah.
But he just has had no time to get back there and look and find a receiver and get a good throw off.
Well, and a big part of that Hail Mary pass, they kept Wilcox in the fullback in.
Yeah, to
he
help.
Chipped. There was a little pressure coming.
And he chipped
was
it,
able
give
to
him
get
enough time,
chip for a catcher to roll out to the left and then unhurl the big throw. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Tigers after the incompletion. Another offset eye as catcher drops back to pass. 5-step drop. Hitch and goes. Got a man out there. Complete. Big play, Matthew Mahoney. He's gone. Touchdown, Tigers. 77 yards. Mahoney strikes again. Well, just waiting and waiting and waiting. You're setting up the defense for a play like that.
Yeah, and just,
hitch and go.
As you said, the hitch and go and defense bit, and that time he had just enough time to get it free. And really all he had to do was lay it out there and let Mahoney run to it, and he did. And now, we got ineligible man downfield. It's coming back. Holy cow.
Wow. You make the big play offensively, a chance to give your team a 2-score lead.
I didn't even see the flag, but then I saw the white hat coming over and tapping the top of his head. The ineligible man, I'll say, so we're coming back.
Well, and you get the little bit of that kind of neutral zone that you're able to come out from, but
yeah,
up the field just not enough. And that will bring it back. So wipe the touchdown off the board for the Tigers. Score remains 6-3. 77 yards of offense. That would have probably doubled up the total for the Tigers there.
So you take not only the score off the board, but you lose 5 yards there and move it back and make it
2nd and 15.
Second, what is it? Yeah, 15.
They're back at their own 18-yard line. And they're going to go with a Wildcat look here. Here's a big run for Creighton Mitchell. Big hole to the left side, 40, 45, 50, into Waukee territory. Cuts back at the 20-yard line before being brought down.
No, he's still going.
And he's in for 6th touchdown. Tigers, Creighton Mitchell.
He left 3 Waukee defenders on the ground, but there's a flag down, back up the field again. Holy cow.
Man.
Oh.
There was a 77-yard touchdown taken off the board here, an 82-yard touchdown. Back-to-back plays. And laundry on the
offense,
field.
Yep.
A hold. So they went with the Wildcat look with Creighton Mitchell as
great play call, because something they haven't shown all night. And, man, it was a track meet then. And then he left 3 guys down there at the 20. And you'd call him down. I thought he was down too, but he wasn't. And and then it's all for naught because there was a yellow hanky on the field, and it comes back. Holy cow.
So the Valley fans certainly up in arms about back-to-back touchdowns wiped away. And now they will walk the football back to the 11-yard line.
Holy cow. Wow.
So it'll be 2nd and 22 from the 11. They need to get to the 33-yard line for a first down. Well, let's try it again. From the gun, here's Braden Ketcher. They set up a bubble screen.
Almost picked off.
In and out of the hands of Mahoney. They set up that middle screen there to the wide receiver, the old Ken O'Keefe offensive look.
And Ben Halber, the linebacker for Waukee, was kind of fighting off a block, and the ball dropped right in front of him. If he'd had his head up, he could have maybe picked that off, and Waukee would have had it. So, whoa.
Catch our breath here.
We've had a lot of action, and all we're doing is moving backward here.
6-3 the score. 3rd and forever for the Tigers, as they're going to set up the draw up the middle. Getting through the initial surge is Williams. Gets out to the 27-yard line. It'll be short of the first down. Picked up 16, and it'll be the punt team now for the Tigers.
Well, they were in that prevent again and had all their defensive backs back there. I'd keep a few more up toward the line of scrimmage because he was, when he come up 6 yards short of the first down there, so.
Yeah, and Jaden Williams, he makes one guy miss there.
Yeah, and he's
got the first
gone
down.
Again, barring any flags.
Careful on that. Yeah. 4th down and 7 as Ryan New comes out with the punt team for the Tigers. Here's another end-over-end kick. Takes a great Tiger bounce. Didn't get a lot behind it, but the roll will bring it all the way to the 41 of Waukee.
It's good, hard, and flat. It didn't get maybe 6 feet off the ground, but it got a good roll on it and into the wind, so not a bad punt, really, considering.
32-yard punt, but most importantly, a net of 32 as Waukee gets the football trailing by 3. Still plenty of time, 7:14 left in the third quarter after a interesting last possession out of the Tigers. 2 long touchdowns taken away on penalties. 1st and 10 as they'll set up a screen to the left side, complete to Sam Odell. Odell brought down after a gain of 2. Good penetration out there on the outside. Drew Urich with the tackle.
Thornton also came up and helped out, too. Good job by him.
I'm really impressed by Thornton. He's listed at 145, means he's probably about 135, but for a kid that skinny, he plays physical out there.
He does. Both teams trying to get their stars out, and Valley did it a couple times, but they got called back. They trying to get Odell that time, and he didn't get a lot out of it.
Here's a run up the middle for Xavier Moore. He's got nothing there. And the ball came out. Valley says that they have it. The officials are coming in, looking underneath that pile to see which direction they're going to go with the ball. Xavier Moore lost it on the
Valley.
Yep. Valley gets it. The Tigers take over, and another turnover from Waukee. There has been just absolutely nothing up the middle.
No, second fumble, and they had an interception earlier. And, yeah, that was just like he ran into the side of the wall down there. Man. When he got the handoff. It was boom. And
Kadar Lewis, he was down there in the bottom of the pile for the Tigers. Also, looked like that might have been Carson Shelton down there. Turnover gives the ball back, and now Valley has it in plus territory. They'll start at the Waukee 44.
And this Waukee defense has been on the field a long, long time here in this second half so far.
6:37 left in the third quarter as Ryan Nude gets it on the jet sweep to the left side. He's got a hole out to the 35-30. Breaks the tackle there. 25-20. Finally brought down. A big gain on the jet sweep for Ryan Nude. Picked up 25 and a first down to the 19-yard line for the Tigers.
And you get a feeling Valley just feels, man, if we can get another score in there, we can maybe put this out of reach here. The way it's going right now.
And they're getting big plays this time. No penalty flag comes out. Back into the game, Jaden Williams, running back for the Tigers. He'll be out there also with Creighton Mitchell, who's lined up in the slot on the right side. He goes in motion. They'll fake it to him. Go Williams up the middle. Williams spins through the first tackle and goes forward for a gain of 5.
Now that action, they got the Valley defense, which had been just powering through there. They got them on their heels right now. Or the Waukee defense, I mean.
Gain of 5 to the 14-yard line. Second down and 5 there for West Des Moines Valley. Tigers number 1, 10-0 on the season. Waukee number 10 in the final RPI rankings of the year.
Riding, a 6-game win streak?
Played some great football there down the stretch. I formation here for Valley. They'll hand it off. Oh, big hole up the middle. Creighton Mitchell through, in for 6. Touchdown, Tigers. Creighton Mitchell with the score.
15 yards.
Right up the gut. Nothing too crazy about that one. And that one will stand. A touchdown for the Tigers. The 15-yard touchdown run for Creighton Mitchell. 12-3. And now here comes the PAT team, and after some of the snaps we've seen, hold on to your hat here. Snap is back. Hold down from catcher. Kick on its way, and it is good. 13-3 after the extra point. Valley extends their lead over Waukee. We come back on CISN.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Fall is upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert. They're the perfect thing to make that old wood fireplace more beautiful, warmer, and easier to use. And right now, Heat and Glow is giving a $200 rebate, making it even easier for you to upgrade that old fireplace. Please come see them today. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
West Des Moines Valley 13, Waukee 3 in the third quarter, 5:25 to play. Trent Condon and Dar Danielson with you on CISN and replay tonight on 1460 KXNO. Glad to have you with us here tonight. Lennox Krell to kick off for Valley. In fact, we'll be kicking off at midfield after a penalty on the extra point attempt against Waukee, as Krell will put the boot to it. A high kick. That'll come down to the 3-yard line. Aaron Smith from there jumps forward to the 19-yard line, left his feet, and got crunched down.
Sure. And yeah, he was looking for a hole up the middle, but nothing there. Kennedy's pulled out to 20-10 lead over Urbandale with 6:12 to go in the third quarter.
Dowling Catholic has extended their lead 35-14 now over Ankeny High. That one over at Williams Stadium. You can also catch that game on CISN. 5:20 to play, third quarter. Waukee now trying to get an answer. They'll hand it off. Xavier Moore up the middle, and again, nothing doing there. Covered up. Nick Butoff, boy, he's played well.
Yeah, he has done a really good job there, and finally, the Valley offense found some spark. They had the two big plays called back, but then they kept right at it and finally get one in the end zone. So now it's time. Let's see if Waukee's offense can come alive here.
13-3, and we certainly know Waukee, they got the weapons offensively to make some plays. Randall, solid quarterback. He throws it out right, and that one is complete to Hayden Huntley. Out for a gain of about 4. It'll be third down, and about 3
Yeah, they took the opening drive, drove it all the way down, got stalled, and got a 32-yard field goal with 8:09 to play in the first quarter. And that's the only scoring they've had here in the ballgame.
3rd and 3 from the 27-yard line. Single receivers on each side of the formation. Couple of tight ends in the game for Waukee. Moore in the backfield as they'll hand it off straight up the gut. Covered up again. That is not working. There is just no room in the middle of this Valley defense.
Yeah, I would like to see him fake the handoff and have Randall try to run it outside because, there has just been no yards at all, and that's where the fumble came on that last series and ended up hurting him as he ran right up in the middle and just stopped cold in there.
Punt team comes back out as it'll be Garrett Smith. Averages just shy of 30 yards per punt this season. 4th and 3 from the 27, 3:33 left in the third quarter. As the snap comes back, Smith, a high punt, not a whole lot of distance to it. Fair catch called for at the 42-yard line. It's secured there by Trajan Thornton. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers in good field position again.
Yeah, that was a smart play. They got it in real good field position, and he had nothing to gain by trying to get it and return it. Just, it was high enough that just fair catch it and give it back to the offense, which has been hot, and let them try to get another score. A score here might put it out of reach at this point.
Tigers' last possession scored 3 times. Only one of them stood. A 77-yard touchdown pass was wiped away with an ineligible man downfield. An 82-yard touchdown run brought back on a hold. And a 15-yard touchdown run by the Tigers. That one stood. Defense jumped off for Waukee, and we'll have offsides against the defense as they snapped it after the jump from the 2 different defensive linemen for the Warriors.
Yeah, and they got to be feeling a little frustrated. They played so well and then got put in a short field and give up that touchdown there, and just a little frustrated right at this point, I think.
13-3, 3:23 left in the third quarter. Valley with the football in the 10-point lead up the middle. Creighton Mitchell's got a first down. Gain of 12 on the play. And again, that spin move, Creighton Mitchell so quick with it.
He is heating up, isn't he, out there? It's a cold night, but he's starting to find his rhythm. Yeah, he comes at that defender, and they're going down for the tackle, and he just spins around off him, and it's just so hard to corral him. And he's getting to that second level now that wasn't happening early on.
Update from the other 4A game. Bettendorf 21-14, their lead over Cedar Falls. In that one, Bettendorf, the number 7 seed. Against second-seeded Cedar Falls. Run to the left side, not much room there. In fact, brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, and that time again we saw the line, closed it down.
Valley at this point, though, certainly the way their defense is playing, they're content, run some clock here.
Yeah, run the clock down, shorten it up here, and if you can pop one of those big plays, okay.
Mahoney comes back in, wide receiver for the Tigers. As the Valley Tigers take a long look over at the sideline, get the play call with 2:15 left in the third quarter. 13-3 lead.
You see the Tiger mascot. Whoop.
It's a quick throw out to the right. That one complete to Jack Johnson. He picked up 4 on the play.
You see the Tiger mascot. It's one of the few times of the year when it's not bad to be in that mascot suit. Early in the year when it's so hot you don't want to, but tonight it's like, hey,
he's dancing
down there. He feels nice and warm.
Toasty next to the cheerleaders. 3rd down and 5 now. Check it 3rd and 4. Need to get to the 36-yard line for a first down. Inside of 2 minutes left as they wind the clock here in the third.
Big series here. I mean, you might think they might go 4 downs. I don't know. The way defense is playing, they might punt it too. But either way, for Waukee, you want to hold them and get them to 4th down if you can.
2 receivers left for catcher. He's going to look to the right before he got going, though. We got a flag. It'll be a false start against the Tigers, and sloppiness continues here tonight. Hasn't been the crispest of games.
No. And probably a little bit to do with that with the ball. Some of those snaps that have come back and that. But also there's been a lot of hard hitting here. This is one of the harder hitting games I've seen all season, I think.
3rd and 9 after the penalty against the Tigers. Another local score, Van Meter holding on to a 10-6 lead over South Central Calhoun. That one in the 4th. They'll set up a middle screen, incomplete, dangerous throw. In the middle, Jack Johnson, the intended receiver, incomplete. And we'll see if it'll be Ryan New. I would guess going to try to pin him deep, and they will.
Yeah, you might as well. As good as that defense is playing.
Ryan New is certainly not going to win any hang time awards for his punting, but
it's been effective.
It has been.
I mean,
well, you almost wonder if Waukee here, they do have Morrison deep, but maybe even drop a couple of guys back kind of that in-between range.
The problem is, though, it's so short, low and hard, you don't want to touch it and give,
So New will this time
that one
flip it out to the left side.
Yeah.
Didn't get a great one, but it takes another bounce and gets about to the 20-yard line. In fact, right there.
If it goes straight out of bounds where it was, they get it at the 30, but instead it bounces and hangs, and now he gets an extra 10 yards on the bounce on that. So
that'll be marked right at the 20-yard line. Ryan New at least gets field position flipped a little bit for the Tigers, and their defense comes out on the field. Waukee offense with 2 receivers left, 1 right. Mitch Randall in the control for the Tigers. They'll run it up the middle with Xavier Moore. He is hit after a short gain, maybe got 2. Again, they're trying to penetrate the middle of the valley defense, and it is difficult to do. 2nd down and 8 after the gain of 2 for Moore.
I almost think they almost seems like they might try to up-tempo it a little more, not get the defense gets set. Here they do come up a little quicker.
50 seconds left in the 3rd. Randall back to pass. Out, incomplete, nearly intercepted out there. Great jump on the ball on the outside and tipped away at the last moment. Looks like DeBrava on coverage for the Tigers.
Yep.
Mason DeBrava, 5'9" junior. He's been another one of the many stalwarts for this Tigers defense.
And give a lot of credit to Thornton over here. He's covering Sam Odell and not giving him much room as he comes out here again in single coverage.
3rd and 9, trying to set up his screen. Incomplete, in and out of the hands of Moore. Tried to set up the running back screen there, but there was pressure in his face. And even where the screen was set up, there was Valley Tigers defenders there.
Right there, yeah. Both these defenses, and last one Waukee on the screen, and here Valley, they kind of read that and not, they've been very aggressive, but they've been also recognizing that when they're coming to, nobody's blocking them, and laid off on those screens.
Defensive staff for the Tigers putting together a great game plan. Ryan Cooley, Brian King, Willie Thornton, Randy Rippinger, and Mark Teagles. 13-3 Valley with the lead. 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter as the punt team comes out again. Pressure, but able to get that one away. High kick all the way back to the 37-yard line. Grab there by the Tigers. That's Nate Loescher out near midfield. And a pretty good return for Valley. 31 seconds left as the offense comes out again.
It looked like that almost was heading over his head.
It did, yeah.
And he got back and got it. If that were the case in
Caught
bounds,
a little drift there of the wind at the back.
With it. But now set up in good field position here. As with the 3rd quarter, it's just about over. And, again, Waukee defense out there fighting for their season right now.
From the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Offset eye for the Tigers. Braden Ketcher, the senior quarterback, works under center. He'll hand it off up the middle. Not much running room that time for Jaden Williams. Coming up after the game, we'll bring you Game Changers with a look at senior quarterback for Waukee, Mitch Randall. Brought to you by Lightsmith Media. Right after we finish up our post-game coverage, we will go to that Game Changers with the spotlight on Mitch Randall here on CISN. The 3 quarters in the books. West Des Moines Valley 13, Waukee 3. We come back. The 4th quarter is next as we continue on CISN.
Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $15,000 off new 19 Silverado HDs. Up to $11,000 off new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew LTZs. We're in a position to give you more for your trade in Waukee. Up to $7,000 off new 19 Equinox. Truck Month in Waukee, including up to $15,000 off new Silverado HDs. Huge inventory, but these won't last. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Back with you at the start of the fourth quarter. First play, a pump and go again for Valley, and a complete again to the outside. They went back to the well. It was a touchdown earlier that was wiped off with an ineligible player down the field. This time it stands, and a big play all the way down to the 14.
Mahoney, he made a great job to catch that one and stay in bounds. And, yeah, another big play here for Valley.
Tigers have it 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. They'll set up the Wildcat. Creighton Mitchell, he's in for 6. Touchdown, Tigers. A 14-yard touchdown run. They went back plays we saw earlier.
Yep.
Both of them were negated by penalty. Start with the pump and go, then go Wildcat. This time it works for 6.
And that's what, they dialed up what worked. It worked. Go back to it again. Keep doing it until it doesn't work. And now a 19-3 lead here.
Well, this extra point, ultra important as the kick is not through. It is good from Aiden Feldman. So Feldman with the PAT, the lead now a 3-score lead. It's 20-3, Valley over Waukee, 11:47 left to play in the game. We come back on CISN.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Fall is upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert. They're the perfect thing to make that old wood fireplace more beautiful, warmer, and easier to use. And right now, Heat and Glow is giving a $200 rebate, making it even easier for you to upgrade that old fireplace. Please come see them today. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Lennox Krell with the kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for Waukee at their own 20-yard line. Valley has pushed their lead forward, now 20-3 over the Warriors. 20 straight points out of Valley, including a big drive there to, I don't want to say salted away, but Waukee's basically got to be perfect from here on out.
Yeah, here's where Mitch Randall, the senior quarterback, has a step up. We got to get the offense going. They got to get a score here sometime.
As Randall rolls to his left, he's got a man out there, sated,
yep.
But a gain of just 4 on the play. And the clock will continue to run. I saw the official, the white hat there, he winds it up. 11:40. And now Waukee, they got to play hurry up, down 23, 11:35 left. Certainly plenty of time for 3 possessions.
Yeah. And the way things have gone with the turnovers and stuff, anything can happen.
Comes up the middle. Randall's going to be knocked down on a loss as he is sacked at the 20-yard line. Slow to get up after the sack there, the Valley Tiger defender. As they came through the blitz from the outside, C.J. Jackson, he had an interception earlier from his outside linebacker spot. And now at the sack is Jackson putting himself in a great game. Randall roll out, complete to Hunley, past the 25-yard line to the 27. Going to be short, though, of the first down. That'll be about 2 yards short of the first down sticks.
And you go for it here.
Almost have to,
Yeah,
don't you?
you'd think.
I mean, the way the Valley offensive line seems like they've built, that Waukee defense has been on the field just so much in the second half. 4th and 2. Season on the line, you got to get 2 yards, and they're going to try for it at their own 28-yard line. 4th down and 2. Mitch Randall takes the snap, looking to throw. Throws it high. Hundley goes up and gets the first down. What a grab by Hayden Hundley.
I thought that was going to be way over his head and they turn it over on downs, but Hundley made the big play.
The drive extends for the Warriors. First fresh set of downs from the 34-yard line. First and 10.
He's only a sophomore and only 5'11", but he really extended on that one.
Up the ladder, play action pass. Rolling out to the left, Mitch Randall trying to get to the corner. It's crunched out of bounds. 2 defenders sandwiched him there. He pops right back up. He's a tough kid, but not much on the gain. Maybe got 2. 2nd down and 8 after the gain there from Randall.
Sear Washington, one of them over there that sandwiched him.
Boy, Washington, he's been another guy that every time I've done a Valley game this season, he's popped. He's just a kid that seems to be making plays all over the field and makes another one there. 2nd down and 8 after the gain of 2 from Randall. Looking to pass again. He does complete to Huntley at the 40-yard line. Breaks a tackle, 45. Still on his feet. Gets the first down to the 48-yard line. Young Hayden Huntley certainly growing up here tonight.
Well, they're paying so much attention to Odell out there and also to Jalen Martinez, and Hundley's been kind of the forgotten man, and he's made a couple big plays for him.
Came in with 12 catches this year at the varsity level. 2 receivers on each side for the Warriors. 1st and 10 from their 48. They'll run it up the middle. Xavier Moore gets 4 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down, but Valley certainly content with that as the clock continues to run.
2nd and 6 here for Waukee. But they're keeping the drive moving. That's the big thing for them.
Eddie Sadek comes across in motion as they'll roll out that way, complete to Sadek, but just a gain of a couple. He flared out there, not a whole lot on the gain of maybe 3 as we go inside of 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd think they want to pick up the pace just a little more here on offense because, especially you get a quick score, then that gets the defense back a little bit on their heels.
3 receivers right for Mitch Randall from the shotgun. He takes the snap, play action pass, and out. Complete for the first down. One-on-one coverage there. Sam Odell just got inside enough to get the coverage in the first down.
He gets up limping a little bit there, but
Trajan Thornton, he was step for step with him. A beautiful throw from Mitch Randall for the first down to the 35.
Yeah, he's played great one-on-one coverage on Odell all night.
Another play action, trying to set up the screen, just going to throw this one away incomplete. Mitch Randall saw that was covered up and just got rid of it. 2nd and 10 and stops the clock. 8 minutes, 23 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Valley 20, Waukee 3. Trent Condon, Dar Danielson with you here tonight. Winner moves on to the UNI Dome next week. 2 semifinals in Class 4A, 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Estimated starts there. Dowling Catholic, 35-14 lead in the 4th quarter over Ankeny over at Williams Stadium. Here's a pass complete out to the right. Again, it's Huntley.
Hayden Huntley, yep, again.
To the 30-yard line, a gain of 5, makes it 3rd manageable.
Big thing, he got out of bounds. It stops the clock because all those seconds are important right now when you're making the comeback. Or trying to make the comeback here.
8:18 to go with the clock out. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Rolling to his left, here's Mitch Randall. He's going to take a shot up the field way high, incomplete.
And that's a hard throw. Right-hander rolling left and trying to throw it out there. Not a bad throw he made, but it's hard to be real accurate, especially when a guy's right on your heels, too.
And that was Jake Coleman for Valley. He applied the pressure.
He had no time to set and square and throw. He just had to throw it on the run. And
it'll be 4th down and 4. So, again, Waukee looking to extend the drive. They've already picked up 1 4th down here this possession. Jalen Martinez comes in. He's in the left slot. Man in motion across the formation, and Huntley comes back the other way. They roll to the left. Got a man out there. Huntley complete for the first down to the 20-yard line. bounced out of bounds, but a nice gain of 14 and a first down for the Waukee Warriors.
Well designed there. Huntley came back in, did a little back and forth, and then came out in motion and just snuck out in that flat, and they hit him right out there, and he's picked up like 3 first downs on this drive for him.
8:09 after he was hit out of bounds, so the clock is out. Waukee trying to extend this game. They're down by 17 in the fourth quarter. They'll set up a draw play to the left side. Xavier Moore gets through the first tackler, but another Valley defender over there right away. Boy, it just seems like Valley's got an extra guy out there at times. That time, Jake, checked that. That was Kadar Lewis.
Yeah, and Grandkiss gave the pressure in the backfield there that kind of almost blew that up, and Moore did well to get up and get some yardage.
Moore with a pickup of 2, 2nd and 8 from the 18.
But here again, they should get up there and get going with the play. Taking too much time. Play clock down to 10 by the time you get this snap.
Trip receivers right. Randall from the shotgun, low snap. Able to scoop it off the turf, going up, taking a shot into the field. It's picked off, intercepted by Valley. Brought back to the 20-yard line, 21 on the INT from Drew Urich.
Urich, yep. Well, he had the receiver over there, but it threw it just a little low and picked off.
Urich with a great break on the football. Picked it off at the 2, brought it back to the 21-yard line. A 19-yard return, and Valley now, they're looking to eat some clock. Offense will come out, and they have played well after struggling for basically 2 quarters. They hit the Hail Mary at the end of the first half, but they had done nothing really up until that point.
And then that third quarter, they just kind of ignited. The 2 big plays called back, but then
there's Creighton
this
Mitchell
guy,
on the run.
he kind of got him going.
And gets to the edge after a stiff arm. Looked like he was going to be hit for a loss. Instead, he gets a gain of 5 out of it.
Yeah, they put him in the Wildcat a couple times for big plays and scores.
This week, Creighton Mitchell, who is committed to play at North Dakota for the Fighting Sioux, picked up a preferred walk-on opportunity from the University of Iowa. So Decision has a scholarship offer to play at the FCS level at North Dakota or stay in state and get a walk-on shot with the Hawkeyes. 2nd down and 5 from the 27. They'll pitch it out to the left side, breaking through Williams. Got the first down to the 35-yard line, still on his feet, 42-yard line before he's finally pushed out of bounds. Jaden Williams running hard.
Yep, and Valley kind of feeling it right now, knowing they got a chance to move on.
Those big boys up front, Nick Butoff, Logan Mueller among them, starting to lean forward a little bit more, and a tired Waukee defense that's been on the field for a long time during the second half. 7:10 left, fourth quarter. Valley by 17, 20-3.
Yeah, that last drive by Waukee was their longest one, but then ended in a turnover, and the defense had to get right back out there.
Ryan New in motion. He'll get it on the jet sweep right side, 45-40. And he's got the first down into Waukee territory to the 48-yard line, a gain of 11. Second time we've seen Ryan New on that jet sweep. And
just another wrinkle you throw in there. And
he comes up a little gimpy, though, making his way back. He's also the punter for the Tigers. Keep an eye on that. Holding inside, looks like his groin area as he goes down.
He's coming over, which is not good if you're punting either. Valley content to take their time coming up to the line to bleed as much clock as they can here with that 17-point lead.
Play clock inside of 5 out of the I formation. Creighton Mitchell takes a handoff right side. Big hole, 35-30. Joe Morrison finally pushes him out of bounds, but another gain of 24 yards. Creighton Mitchell, it was not much movement for him early on, but he has opened up in the second half and put together a great performance.
Yeah, he just has really come on. This whole Valley offense is just like they flipped the switch and got a couple plays, and they just started getting it all together here. And we talked about it. We thought one big play might open it up, and that Hail Mary at the end of the half just kind of did it.
There's a run up the middle. Wilcoxon didn't find much running room on the fullback dive. Keeping you up to date again on some of those out-of-town scores and in-town scores. Let's go over to Des Moines. West Des Moines Dowling Catholic, a 35-14 lead, fourth quarter there. Urbandale on the road at Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Got it back within a touchdown now, 20-13, that one in the fourth quarter. 27-13 now. Update from Cody Goodwin of the Des Moines Register. Shout out to him. Second down and 9, left side. Oh, another big hole. Gone in for 6. Touchdown, Tigers. The seas parted there. The offensive line opened it up. It's a 22-yard touchdown run. Wow, what a performance in the second half out of Valley. Hayden Feldman will come in to attempt the extra point.
And Mitchell's third touchdown run, right?
Yeah, 15-yarder, a 14-yarder, and now a 22-yard touchdown run for Creighton Mitchell. Again, the bad snap back, and Brayton Ketcher, the holder, he's going to get hit down. 26-3 the score remains with 5:44 left. We'll take a timeout here. 23-point lead for the Tigers with 5:44 left. Back with more on CISN.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Lennox Krell with the kickoff for Valley into the end zone for a touchback. West Des Moines Valley's extended their lead 26-3 here over Waukee with 5:43 left in the fourth quarter. It's been a dominating second half performance here out of Valley, both defensively and offensively, Dark.
Yeah, and to think they had 2 touchdowns called back.
Right, yeah.
And then they ended up, just coming out in that third quarter. And now Waukee really, their backs to the wall with under 6 minutes to play.
They'll work out of the shotgun. Mitch Randall with the throw high and incomplete. He was looking again for Hayden Huntley, who's been his preferred target here tonight.
And for those of you volleyball fans, for Waukee and Valley, we'll have the matches online, CSN.TV, providing the calls again for the Iowa Girls Union Network. You can look up on their website and watch our call there to follow both those teams coming up starting Tuesday at noon.
Looking
over
forward
Cedar
to that.
Rapids. Yeah, that'll be fun.
As Randall rolls out left again, that one, Sam Odell with a nice catch on this sideline and good enough for the first down. Yeah, that state volleyball tournament, some of the athleticism that we see out of those girls, Dar, every single year. Very impressive. 2 very good programs here in Valley and Waukee that'll be there.
Yeah, and you've seen Valley too, and I think they've got, they got some of the horses in there to get it done this year too. I've seen them play. Was very impressed with them a couple times.
They get Dowling Catholic in the opening round. Waukee, they'll be the number 8 seed as they take a shot out and catches the call up on the sideline. Big gain out to the 45-yard line, a gain of 24 to the 46. And Waukee will get top-seeded Cedar Falls in the quarterfinal round. It'll be an all West Des Moines matchup in the other quarterfinal with Valley against Dowling Catholic. Again, we'll have the call. You can find it on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union website. You can also find it by searching CISN. It'll pop up there and catch all the coverage. Here's a screen out to Eddie Sadit to the right side, but he is hit in the backfield, and a flag comes out on top of it. Probably going to be a hold, you'd guess, out in that area.
Yeah.
Set up not the wide receiver screen, but the tight end screen to Eddie Sadit, but he couldn't find any running room.
And they may decline that since it was incomplete.
They
We'll
call
see.
offensive pass interference. Will be the call, so move that back.
They're going to take it now.
As it'll be from the spot, which was at their own 49-yard line, move it back to the 39-yard line. 5 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Valley 26, Waukee 3. With you on CISN. Next week, the state semifinals. Looking forward to another trip up to the Dome for a state championship. Then a week after, on that Friday, they set up a quarterback draw up the middle for Mitch Randall. He's ripped down after a gain of 8 to the 48-yard line.
And to Valley's credit, that's what we haven't seen a lot of that tonight. They've stopped him, kept him contained very well. Over 1,700 yards passing and over 1,100 rushing on the season for Randall, but pretty quiet here tonight.
2nd and 16 after the gain from Randall. Play action, steps up, pressure comes, spins out of a tackle, rolls out to his right side now to midfield, 44-yard line before he hurdles out of bounds. They'll bring up a 3rd and manageable for the Warriors with 4:19 left in the ball game. I'll mark him all the way to the 43-yard line. As it will be 3rd down, we'll call it 8. Need to get to the 36-yard line. Randall looking to throw out to the right, complete. Found again, Hayden Huntley.
I think we're just going to rename him Mr. First Down. Well, he's not quite enough there, but he was close. Yeah. He'll big up 4th.
Came in with 12 catches on the year. He's got to have at least 8 tonight.
Yeah.
He might double that thing up by the end of this one.
And yeah, they've been all over Odell and Sadat, and Huntley's been making the best of it, coming down with the catches.
4th down and 2. Waukee trying to extend this one and extend their hopes for another moment. We got a flag on the play. Throw is out. It's complete on a great grab by Sam Odell, but there was a penalty marker that came out right at the snap. It's going to be, looks like, a procedure penalty against Waukee.
Odell got by the defender, had to return the body around and made the catch and was able to keep a hold of it as he went down. And unfortunately, a great catch is going to go for naught here, as there will be a flag on the field. So we saw a lot of Valley plays early in the 3rd quarter come back, and now here with Waukee.
5-yard penalty makes it 4th and 7.
Last week I got done in that game at Waukee, and I came out, and there's a bunch of players still on the field. I couldn't figure it out, and then I got it was the seniors. It was their last home game, and these guys, they put in so much work here, and this look like it's going to end the way the seniors wanted here for Waukee, but really a really good season for them.
They'll use a timeout. We'll keep it right here with you. 26-3 is our score. Let's get another look at the scoreboard, keep you up to date on some of the other scores across the state. Bettendorf 24-14 over Cedar Falls. So if the scores hold as they currently are with Bettendorf over Cedar Falls, that would mean we would get West Des Moines Valley, the number 1 seed, against Bettendorf, the 7 seed, Dowling Catholic against Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
The 5 seed.
Those would be your 2 semifinal round matchups. Times of the matchups? That's a good question. That's for the boys in Boone to decide how that one is going to go.
Yeah, because in the past they've tried to have like one of those Central Iowa teams the late game, but you got 2 of them there. Yep. So, I don't know what they do with that. We'll see, but.
Well, that's our semifinal round. That is a pretty good one.
Yeah, and it's going to be.
And keeps alive the chance of an all-Central Iowa championship game.
Yeah.
Dowling Valley for a state championship. That's something we haven't seen with the new construction of the playoffs. 26-3 our score here. 4th and 7 as Waukee comes back out onto the field with the offense. Got a man across the middle and complete for the 1st down. As a flag comes out, they found Aaron Smith up the seam. And he was being held and still came up with it.
Still came up with a beautiful throw by Mitch Randall right over his shoulder. He caught it in stride despite, as you say, the hold, and got it down to the 14.
We'll check on the penalty. Look like that's going to be pass interference or defensive holding at the very least against Valley. So the play will stand as the call comes out. 4:01 left It'll be 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line for Waukee. Well, the Warriors still have 2 timeouts left here. They're going to have to certainly get a touchdown. They're down 23. They got to start going for 2. Got to get some onside kicks. Well, as Urbandale will tell you, though, crazy things can happen.
Yeah, it can happen.
At the end of games. Randall looks out to the right. Back shoulder throw incomplete as it skips short of his intended receiver. 2nd and 10.
Martinez down there, I think, was it? Yep.
Yeah, Jalen Martinez. Haven't seen a whole lot of him. It's been a lot of Huntley out there.
Yeah, Valley's secondary's done a good job of shutting down. You know, when Odell and even when Smith have made a catch, it's been with a guy on them, and they've had to really make a good catch, and it's had to be a perfect throw tonight. So credit that secondary of the Valley defense.
There's a zone read as they hand it off to Aaron Smith. Cuts back at the 10-yard line. Horse collar down at the 7. Not an official horse collar, but hit up high and ripped down.
Well, horse collar or clothesline, something like that. But
so a gain of 6 on that one. You mentioned that defensive backfield, the outside cornerbacks, Trajan Thornton and Kadar Lewis.
Yeah, just excellent coverage here tonight, one-on-one most of the time.
Yerrick back there at one of the safety spots. He's played at a high level, including an interception. 3rd down and 4. Randall looks out. Slant to Odell. Got it. Touchdown. Waukee back on the board again. It took a long time. Their first drive of the game went for 3, and they score again with 3:08 left to go in the 4th quarter. 26-9. The offense will stay out on the field as they'll try to go for 2. Are they going to kick the extra point here? Looks like they are.
Yeah.
Got the swinging gate set up. And they'll come back together in the middle of the field. Well, the extra point would make it a 16-point game, and then they'd have to go for 2 twice.
Sign me up.
Bettendorf with that lead. We talked about the potential matchup. Valley-Bettendorf as the extra point is good. So it's a 16-point game. 3:08 to go here, Dar.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get the onside. I mean, that's the start of it here. There's not enough time to try to kick a deep, get the stop, get the ball back. Got to try the onside right away.
And seems like in high school it's still more of a, I won't say easier, but but you see more of it happen in high school with the onside kick than it seems like you do now in college or the NFL.
Well, you know, Cade Jaden, too, he is a dedicated kicker. A lot of times you'll see some of these specialists at the high school level, they're playing other positions. That's what Jaden is, and he's a very talented kicker. You got to figure he's spent plenty of time working on this. He's got his opportunity right now, so we'll see what Waukee and the special teams coaches have come up with over there. Another thing to also remember, at high school level, you're kicking at the 40.
Yeah.
If you do get that onside kick, you're going to be starting in plus territory on the opponent's side of the field. So you'll get great field position to go along with it as a senior trots out there. Cade Jaden, kicker wearing number 3. Gets the football from the official, puts it up on the tee. Tigers have 9 men up right near within 5 yards of that 50-yard line. And just 1 returner deep. They're going to have, looks like 3 guys lined up in the middle. 4 out to the right, 3 to the left. And it'll be, in fact, a different kicker that's going to go for it. Scooping it up right in front of the 50-yard line, though, on the hands team. Jack Johnson with the recovery for Valley with 3:06 to play.
So barring any major issues here, Valley can run this clock out.
2 timeouts remaining for Waukee as Valley will have the football at the Waukee 49. And expect a heavy dose here of Creighton Mitchell and Jaden Williams. 2-headed monster at the running back spot for Valley. Williams is out there right now. He's the more physical of the 2 runners. Now line up, and also a new fullback in there. That's Jack Yenser. And junior will be lined up in the eyes. They run it straight up the gut. Williams, big gain for 7. That's just hat-on-hat power football, Dar.
Yeah.
And that Valley offensive line. And not very often we give players of the game to a whole group of offensive linemen, but I think you could with this Tiger team tonight.
Yeah, especially in the third quarter where they came on. And Braden Catcher, we talked about it. What a story, He comes in. It was a 3-quarterback race starting, in August, and he comes out on top, and now he's on the verge here, leading him into the semifinals in his first year as a starter.
Final score from Williams Stadium, Dowling Catholic with the win over Ankeny. Final there, 42-14. Those listening to that one, thanks for joining us here tonight. Williams with a run out to the right, picked up a couple with 2:15 left. And it looks like Waukee is going to use a timeout. It'll be 3rd and 2. When we come back, 2:13 to play, fourth quarter. Valley 26-10 over Waukee. Back with more in a moment.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
2 minutes, 17 seconds left. They tacked a couple of seconds on as we play in the fourth quarter. West Des Moines Valley 26, Waukee 10. So the Warriors trying to get a stop. They do have a timeout remaining, 3rd and 2. Got to do it here. And, boy, Dari, you almost expect an all-out blitz, bringing everybody.
Yeah.
High formation for Valley as one of the defenders jumped for a moment, didn't get past the line, but a first down for the Tigers. Right up the gut again as Jade Williams as the pile continues to push forward out past the 30 to the 28.
Milwaukee had the push for the moment, but Williams just pounded right through there and kept going after he got through the hole, and that should about do it here. Valley will pick up win number 11. You're looking for lucky number 13 wins to get the state title.
13-0. Valley has a chance at that. And if Cedar Falls does officially go down, they would be the only team in Class 4A with a chance at that perfect season. As we slide inside of 100 seconds left in the game, there's a dive up the gut going with the fullback with Jack Yenser. He grabbed a couple.
And, of course, we know with Dowling, you don't have to be perfect to win the title because they've only, has it been a couple of those 6 that they have gone undefeated? Or
I think 2 or 3.
2 or 3 of them, yeah. But not everyone has to be. And their one loss came, what was that, a 7-point loss to Valley here?
1 minute left to go in the ball game as they'll go to the victory formation now. Braden Ketcher will put a knee down. One more snap, and that will do it. A couple updates in Class 3A. Norwalk trailing in the fourth quarter to Sergeant Bluff Luton, 47-14 is the score there. Dallas Center Grimes still down 6-0 to Lewis Central. That one in the fourth quarter.
Waukee, they started out, they lost by 4 to Dowling, they lost by 3 to Southeast Polk, 1, and then they lost to Valley and then ran off 6 straight now. They're going to end up with a loss here, but overall a 7-4 season, a good season. They got a district title, and, not what they wanted. They wanted to advance, but Valley came on, was a better team in the third quarter here tonight.
Final knee put down by Braden Ketcher, and that will do it. West Des Moines Valley wins it, and they're back to the UNI Dome once again. Valley 26, Waukee 10. We'll take a timeout, come back on the other side, and put a cap on things. You're listening to high school football on CISN.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
It's Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $15,000 off new 19 Silverado HDs. Up to $11,000 off new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew LTZs. We're in a position to give you more for your trade in Waukee. Up to $7,000 off new 19 Equinox. Truck Month in Waukee, including up to $15,000 off new Silverado HDs. Huge inventory, but these won't last. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Trey Condon and Dar Danielson back with you one final time from Valley Stadium as our season concludes here from Valley. It'll be on to the Dome next, Dar, and the Valley Tigers will be there. Also, the Dowling Catholic Maroons will be there after their victory here tonight. Season ends for Waukee. The Warriors came out there and they get their trophy here tonight, a state quarterfinalist, but it's going to be one I'm sure these seniors are going to look back upon and think about what if in that first half.
And that you got to say that, the Hail Mary at the end of the half that put Valley up, and they never trailed after that. They were trailing 3-0, and Waukee several times down inside of Valley territory and couldn't get any points out of it. And, they'll look back and say, man, that could have been a game where we were up 21, nothing. But credit Valley, they turned it around, and then they got that spark in the third quarter and got scores, even got a couple that counted after being called back. So, it's just one of those things when it comes to playoff football, you got to take advantage of that. You got to score when you have the chance, and you can't leave points out there.
West Des Moines Valley with the win, 26-10 the final here over Waukee. Coming up after we finish up, it's Game Changers with senior quarterback from Waukee, Mitch Randall. He'll be spotlighted. Big thank you to Lightsmith Media and their coverage. Looking forward to seeing that. And Mitch Randall, just a great young man.
Yep. And he's had a great career here at Waukee, and I'm sure he'll do well as he moves on to college and everything. And been a great football season. Fun doing this game with you, and we'll see you in Cedar Rapids for volleyball.
We'll be there next week. Waukee will be in action. They get top-seeded Cedar Falls in the first round. Valley gets fifth-seeded Dowling Catholic in the quarterfinals, and we'll have that for you in all the games in the high school volleyball state tournament next week from Cedar Rapids. Should be a good time. And,
It'll be warm. We'll be inside.
It will be. It's certainly warmer than it was here tonight out at Valley Stadium. It will be warm for everybody playing football next week as they'll be in the Dome as the semifinals will start. That does it for our coverage here tonight from Valley Stadium. Final score again for the final time. Valley a winner over Waukee, 26-10. Coming up next, it's Game Changers, spotlighting Mitch Randall, senior quarterback for Waukee from Lightsmith Media. That comes your way next here on CISN.
It's November in Iowa. And for local high schools, that means playoff football. For seniors, this is the culmination of their high school career. For some, this is the last time they will ever play the game competitively. But not for all. Waukee senior Mitch Randall won't be playing his final football game tonight.
Randall under center again. This time, keeps it himself up the middle, across the 35, 45, 50, spins around and is finally taken down at the 45 into Prairie territory.
One methodical drive after another, Mitch leads the Warriors down the field. and scores.
Send the slot motion across the formation, and Randall keeps it. 25, 20, 15, cuts it back inside 10, 5, touchdown. Mitch Randall, 32 yards.
He leads just like he has done for the last 3 years.
My 8th grade year, I was a fullback for the 8th grade team, and then I ended up tearing my meniscus in my left knee the 3rd game of the season against Ames. And then that following year, I decided I wanted to play quarterback, and then ended up winning the backup job behind Drew Johnson, which is a really good quarterback for us, and then worked my way up into the starting spot my sophomore year with the help of Coach Heitland. It's been my dream to be a quarterback since I was little, so it's kind of a dream come true. I mean, I was just amazed. Like, there was a lot of great talent I had to go up against, but I was kind of nervous at the same time because I was coming in with a new group of seniors that I knew relied on me too to get the job done. But I think they helped me throughout the season, and we made the playoffs, which is a pretty good accomplishment. So it's pretty good feeling.
But Mitch didn't grow up dreaming of being the Waukee quarterback because Mitch didn't grow up in Waukee. The Randall family moved here in Mitch's 7th grade year.
I feel like he was ready for the move. He was actually playing for a baseball team up here, and that kind of introduced us to the opportunities up here, and so I feel like he was really ready for it.
At Tumble, I played youth football there until about 7th grade, then I moved to Waukee, and then I played youth football all the way up until 8th grade or 9th grade year. I mean, it was a tough move. We have family down there we still don't see as much, but we have a lot of great friends we've made up here, and I can consider some of them family too.
Family is a motivating factor for this Waukee quarterback. He credits his dad with instilling the work ethic needed to compete at a high level.
I mean, he's put the work in with me since I was probably 6 years old. I used to play baseball, and we would go to the field like every day from like until I got out of school until 8 o'clock at night when the sun went down. And then even then, we went home and play basketball in the driveway. And then I think it was when I was 7 or 8, he took me up to one of the 6th grade practices. He was helping the coach, and he put me some pads on, and we got to work up there.
If you're not putting in the work, you're not going to be there come season time. And Mitch has always had a goal of playing college baseball or college football, so he enjoys and appreciates being pushed like that. That's one of the conversations I had with him was, you know, once college is over and you go to work that first day and you come home, you're going to think, man, that's it. Because what he's done to this point, being a multi-sport athlete here, is 10 times harder than anything he's going to do once he starts his career.
So this past off season, I played baseball, which took up my whole summer basically, so about 5 days a week. Then I would have to come to football workouts, I would say 3 times a week, and then I would have lifting on top of that for baseball and football. And then I had a little bit of track workouts too, just trying to make my 40 faster in the 10-yard split.
That work ethic has paid off, impressing even his fellow competitors.
You know, me and Mitch, I mean, we've always got along really well. And I had a chance to work out with him a lot during the summer with Flynn. You know, one thing that really stuck out to me was, I mean, he was very intent on the little details. You know, Swenson, you know, talked a lot about him last year when we were going to play him, and he said that he reminded him a lot of, you know, Joel Lanning in high school, where, I mean, he was a dual threat guy, and I mean, in an instant, he can change the whole game.
And changing the game is Randall's specialty.
Randall keeps it himself. Sneaks in, across the 45, 50, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Mitch Randall. Takes it to the house, 67 yards.
Ask him now what's sage at. I've been going to the top and I got what they not, so I know that they hate that. But I'm on now. All these lanes gonna zone out, and all these lanes gonna tell you what I did, and they twist and they worse till I fall out. But I know that, so I keep what I'm doing cause I own that. And I stay in the lab and I kill everything, but I don't ever move, I'm a Kodak. So I'm gone, finally back in my home. I'm working like so much, they swear I had me a clone. Can't answer my phone now, just leave it there, that tone. Ballin' can't beat me up cause I'm back in my zone now. Cause I'm back in my zone now. Back in my zone now.
can't beat me up cause I'm back in my zone now. Back in my zone now.
Scouts were also impressed, but letters weren't flying in like you might think for a 3-year starter with stats like Mitch's.
Anybody that wants to play college sports obviously want to be Division I. And for one reason or another, Mitch doesn't fit that mold, whether it's height for a pocket passer or speed for a dual threat.
I mean, it was kind of slow in the beginning. For my position, I'm considered pretty small, but I am extremely grateful to have Minnesota State that offered me. It's a great school. I love the coaching staff there. I love the environment, and I'm happy to be a part of Maverick next year.
We went up there for a camp, and they really liked him, offered him that day. I'll never forget it. He opened the door and told him, "Hey, Coach, I have something to say." And he's like, "Well, you can tell me now, Mitch." And he's like, "I'd like to accept that offer." And 15 coaches came running in, giving him a hug, which was kind of special going where you're wanted, right?
But Mitch isn't done with high school just yet. The Warriors are still in the hunt for the 4A state title. And Mitch wants to bring that hardware to a school that has trusted him as a leader the last 3 years.
We have a great student section. Like, they come out to the games every Friday, support us even though it's a win or a loss. It may be big or small, but like, they're still there supporting us, and I couldn't ask anything more.
I guess my hope for him and the rest of the team is to play the best you can every Friday night. And wherever that ceiling is, get there come playoff time and make as much noise as possible.
I mean, we've made a lot of adjustments offensively and defensively, personnel-wise, and I think last game it was kind of just like getting into the groove of things. We performed well, and I think it's going to continue throughout the season. If we keep performing like this and improving, I think we have a shot at winning the state championship, but that's if everybody executes the way we're taught.
State title or not, Mitch Randall has made a lasting impact, not only on the Waukee football program, but on the whole school. He's set a new standard for future signal callers.
I just try to be a good role model, make smart decisions on the field, make smart decisions off the field. I mean, this is the town I've grown up in since 7th grade year. I mean, I've had nothing but support and love from this community, and I just want to give everything back.
Look at that first step explosiveness. Brayton Mitchell. Now, little cutback action, so it wasn't just a straight line downhill into the A gap. Right up the middle, no gadgetry, broke a tackle on first contact and ran away from the rest of the defense. And once again, you give it to the big playmaker, Brayton Mitchell, gives 6 on the board for the Tigers.
Your team is taking more L's than the DNC. I'm making rappers abort their careers. My verses are something like Plan B. Just because I got opinions, I know some people can stand me. Trolling on me with your minions.
Got their hands off the ball to Brayton Mitchell, who takes it in for a Tigers touchdown.
When he puts that foot in the ground and decides that he's going to make a cut, he just backs up full speed almost immediately.
Government trying to build walls, but we out in the culture just tearing them down. So don't believe everything somebody happens to write on the internet. Yeah, any tribe just for independent thinking, buddy, we've been a threat. Yeah, word to my people.
Looks like they're going to stretch it just a little bit. And Mitchell, there it is again. Once he just put that foot in the ground, goes north and south, and hops over the goal line for his second touchdown of the game.